fuck, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause of sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gon' rise to the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, grow hard, got what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Hold on, guys. Let me mute this. So yes, you guys have heard correctly. Leilani Simons is clink, clink, baby. Clink, clink. Clink, clink, baby. Today is a good day for us. As you guys know, I was about to roll out with a completely different segment where we've moved that segment now. You know, no charge Hadley about flipping time. And you know what? I'm glad you got her done before Thanksgiving. She is behind bars. She does not get to slice that turkey, baby. We were out there. We fought very, very hard for this child. She should have never been out of jail this long. This should have never taken this long. She had way too many abuse charges or abuse allegations against her. And she is now officially charged with the murder of her child. Thank God. About damn time. You know, no charge Hadley. If you were more concerned about this, you should have been in jail. But thank you. And you're welcome for giving you, helping you get more staff, a staff department. That was courtesy of Bullhorn Betty, and you know it. Without me being out there in that street screaming you didn't have money, screaming you didn't have resources, screaming quit defunding the police, you are now getting some police staff. You are getting that courtesy of Bullhorn Betty. So don't tell me I'm not your friend. I do not have respect for the way you do law enforcement. She should have been in jail long time ago. But thank you, no charge Hadley, for finally getting her behind bars. Today's a great day. Right on the heels of Thanksgiving, we have a lot to be thankful for today here on the streets of YouTube. A despicable person is off the streets, and screw you haters. What is this? This right here, she's now can start saying she has innocence before guilt. Now that she's arrested, now she can go to law, but don't bring that innocent until guilty crap to me, because I am not the court. I am not the judge. I am not the jury. I am a person that analyzes these cases and says, this despicable woman right here with these alligator tears deserved to be behind bars. She should have been behind bars weeks ago. And yes, thank you to the wonderful men and women of blue for diligently doing your job. Despite people like me being up your behind, pushing you to do better. Thank you. Thank you, Chatham County. About time. Thank you. It is about time that you guys came and did this. This is a day late, but it's not a dollar short. I can say that with all reality. Let's read what is going on here in Leilani. Guys, do not forget the work of many people, protesters out there, whether we agreed or disagreed. We came in a unified manner and we stood strong for this 20-month-old child. We fought very hard for this 20-month-old child. We had to take on the county. We had to take on the police department while we decided to go home as scheduled, by the way. And the police knew when we were heading home as well, as scheduled. We have been seriously waiting. Of course, the day that she would go to jail would be the one day that Bullhorn Betty seriously has no wheels. Right? Like, I'm stuck. My car is literally at the mechanic shop. There is not a vehicle in the front of this home, and I am literally stuck like Chuck right here, glued to this seat, and I need to be there. So I'm probably going to load up, do some stuff about time. Now, where's Billy Joe's arrest? We're not quite done yet. No charge, Hadley. We're not quite done just yet. We still have one more really despicable person that needs to be behind bars, and she's the one that lied to the courts. She's the one that jeopardized this child's life, and her name is Billy Joe Powell. Billy Joe Powell. You know what, Leilani, you bitch? Let me tell you something, baby. Right? Let me tell you something, baby. What you did was one of the most despicable things a human being could do to their own offspring. You sat out in the front of your house having to be coached by your mama to scream justice for Quentin. How does that justice feel? I'm just curious. How does justice feel? And don't worry, Billy Jaw, we're not done with you yet. And while Police Chief Hadley may have been in his county commissioner offices talking about the protesters, now mind you, only seldom was I actually a protester out there. So he was talking about his own community and his own people. That is really, really sad. I bet you if it was a different organization out there protesting, the county commission wouldn't be trying to put it down. And if they did, so I am actually going to be filing a complaint against the attorneys for the county based upon his information that he stated at his county commissioner office. They are going to be getting a complaint from me to the Georgia bar based upon their behavior and unethical behavior in misrepresenting the county there in a degree that harmed its citizens. I'm not sure how I'm going to couch that, but I'm definitely filing a complaint. I'll definitely be doing some record requests to find out who the county attorney is. And we're going to start moving forward. Thank you, Police Chief Hadley, for giving me that tidbit of information at the county commissioner meeting. You cannot violate people's rights and do it and be happy about it when you are the chief of police. That sickens me. I did want to tell, we are getting some donations here before we get real quick. I just want to say These are the types of stuff that mean everything to us, right? We use these things all the time. Thank you for the donation. This will be used. It's much needed. All the stuff for the office is always much needed. So God bless you. Let's go ahead and read what this says. So right now we are waking up today to the great news that Leilani Simon, if people don't know, they're coming in here. Let me just give you a little bit of background. On October 5th, 2022, it was reported that a 20-month-old child, his name was Quentin Simon, just seemingly vanished. They stated the door was unlocked. Leilani had told police that she believed that boy's father tried to pick him up. Then she changed it and said that she thought somebody had kidnapped him. At either way, at any point, it was found out the next day that there was something seriously wrong. They started looking at the landfill, but they gave that up. They started proceeding with their investigation. We arrived in town on October 11th. By October 12th, we were finding out Leilani was named the prime suspect in the disappearance and the death of her son. And then we stayed out there for weeks and weeks and weeks waiting for her to be arrested because of her extensive abusive history with these children and the drug abuse that she brought and put in front of these children. We knew that any good law enforcement agency, when a woman is on double probation, would arrest her for those unrelated charges to get her behind bars as they proceed in their investigation. This did not happen in Chatham County. As a matter of fact, there's many people in Chatham County that came out when we pulled up for the first time in front of that house. It was already lined up with people and news vans and trucks and things of that nature. And then as it progressed, the news went away and protesters came in. We were part of the protesting outfit at certain times as far as holding signs. At times, we did raise our voice. We did ask questions. We did speak our mind out there in a personal capacity, as a professional capacity, as opposed to the professional capacity that I was out there in when I was recording. I have no respect for this police chief, but I am very thankful. And that's just because of what he does to his community. I am very thankful for his dedication in getting this perpetrator behind bars a day late, but not a dollar short. So we are doing good. We have something to be thankful for this Thanksgiving. So on November 21st, around 4:17, that's when this report came out. The Chatham County Police Department has arrested Leilani Simon for the death of her son, Quentin Simon. According to the police department, 22-year-old Leilani Simon has been arrested and charged with murder. She was taken into custody on Monday, November 24th, and will be held at the Chatham County Jail while she awaits a bond hearing. She reported her 20-month-old son, Quentin, missing on October 5th. The police department said it did not anticipate any other arrest in connection with this case. That's the crap I'm talking about. That's the crap I'm talking about. Good old Billy Joe just squeaks on by that piece of garbage. Being able to use drugs in their town. Yeah, John is yakking back and forth. And they are only arresting not anybody that helped her dispose of anything, not anybody that perjured themselves to court. Nobody is being held accountable but Leilani Simon. And you know what? It's because they're a broke county. They have mismanaged the hell out of their county. For all those haters out there that sent crackheads and sent clowns and sent all this stuff, making this little boy's case a freaking circus when we were fighting for him and his voice, screw each and every one of you. You don't work, or you're not worth our time. You're not worth our energy. And we do not consider you a content creator or anything other than a clown yourself. She has been arrested. I don't really have a whole lot more of information than that. I'm going to open up the phone lines. I want to know what your thoughts are on this. Because to be honest with you, I'm really kind of, I don't know how quite to feel about this in respect of, the time it took them. I mean, I am very thankful that they have arrested her, but still, to me, I don't see the other arrest of abuse. it's like they still are catering to this girl, this woman, this despicable woman and her family, helping them. You know, I'm so sick of this mentality. Oh, you can do stuff like, for example, Billy Joe. You can do stuff that kills a grandson, like lying to the court and handing him back to the mother that you told the court was too dangerous to watch them. And you get to go off scot-free when it was your responsibility to keep this child safe. And the only person being arrested is your piece of shit daughter. Guys, I will tell you, please excuse me for those. You guys know I don't like cussing, but I will tell you, I can kind of feel that this is going to be a foul mouth ridden live, to be honest with you. I have to be honest with you. I have to be honest with you because I am still a little hot under the collar related to this. You know, again, they knew she was responsible on the 12th. The 12th. Today is the 21st. It's been almost, no. What was it? October 12th. Holy crap. So it has literally been 45 days since they identified her as the prime and only suspect, and they finally get her behind bars. Dolly kind of called it, though. He kind of called it. I have to be honest with you. He kind of, you know, called the whole, you know, she's probably going to be arrested before the holidays thing. I still think she should have been arrested before Halloween, but this is good. So anyways, let me go ahead and get this posted. Give me just a second. Let me get this over on the other side. And we'll get this populated right here. I'll pin it to the top. Pin message. There we go. All right, the message has been pinned to the top. You have to show your face behind the scenes. I will not be bringing people's faces up here. I have had it. She was supposed to protect her grandchild. Yes. You know, it's like when you just think that you finally get a scintilla of hope from this stupid ass police chief, he cuts your legs out from under her. Where's the punishment for Billy Joe? Oh, Billy Joe lost a grandson. So even though she's responsible, she shouldn't have to pay the price, right? Irritating. All right, guys, hold on. Just give me just a second. I'm going to bring one of you up at the time. There we go. All right, Rick, you're up.
Hey, I'm super happy. That's the best news I've heard all day.
Yeah. But how do you feel? I mean, it took too long. I'm sorry. You know, if she didn't have such a bad history of all this abuse and drugs and being on double probation, I literally would be fine. I wouldn't have a problem with them taking some time to investigate this case and leaving her out of jail. But with the sheer history, her being a felon, her having multiple allegations of child abuse, us seeing that child abuse for ourselves firsthand, and her still being able to go to sleep in her bed really pisses me off.
Yeah, and it should. Anybody with a heart should be feeling that way, you know?
Actually, hold on, Rick. I'm going to go ahead and bring everybody up. If you guys want to turn your cameras off, you can. If you want to turn them on, I see you guys all there. I'm going to go ahead and bring you all up, and we're just going to go around the panel. It'll be easier for me. Oh, let me bring you back to the stream. Okay, and then you and the other two, Rick. I'm not going to be speaking to you. I'll speak to you guys separately. We've got 5 people on the panel. So, Rick, go ahead and make your statement. Then we'll go over to Kimmy. We'll just go around the way it is on the screen.
It may have taken a while, but it was you know, it sucks, but at least they know now that they have solid evidence against her. At least now she's getting, you know, the time that she deserves to get, and little Quentin's getting some justice.
Yeah, I agree. I was actually going to be discussing more in depth on the Idaho 4, and literally I was literally 6 minutes away from going live, and this news started breaking, and of course naturally I had to go run live with this because this is the one case that I wanted to see this woman in jail. And God bless every single one. Before we go over to Kimmy, God bless every single one of you people that sponsored this trip, that helped with everything. Without you, this would not have been possible. So let me move on from you, Rick. You can stay up here. I'm going to go over to Kimmy and see what her thoughts are on this.
Hi, I came and met you in Savannah and gave you the big hug.
Yep.
Thank you so much. I knew this was going to happen. I was wrapping Christmas presents, and then my phone started just boom, boom, boom from TOC, SAV. So then I started messaging you and Dolly like, oh my God. And I
didn't even get any messages. I'm sitting here working, getting the show set up for the other show, and the phone starts ringing off the hook, and it's my friend, and so I'm like, I pick up the phone, I'm like, I'm about to go, like, I'm going live in 4 minutes. What's going on? And she's like, did you hear the news? I'm like, what news? She's like, Leilani's arrested, and I'm like, okay. I didn't even get to say bye to her. I just like clicked and hung up the phone.
I messaged you on Facebook, so
I need to turn my messenger back on. That's my problem. My messenger has been turned off of my phone because when we were out there, we were just getting so much, and it was so hard to go live with it going ding, 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 ding. We were already having bandwidth issues. So.
I couldn't type fast enough. And then I was tagging you in articles. So, like, this is real. This is true. Yep. She's been arrested. But I did want to say, just because Billy Joe hadn't been arrested doesn't mean she won't be. Let's just try to be patient.
I'm not trying, but I'm sorry, Leilani. In my opinion, Leilani should have been arrested as soon as on the 12th, when they identified her as the prime suspect. She should have been arrested. I'm going to go to Carolyn and get her thoughts.
Okay.
I'm happy to be in. I don't want to tie up your line, but I'm so grateful for this news, and I'm so grateful for everyone in this chat. But Betty, what you and your crew do, I couldn't be more grateful for. I am in this area. I do live in the Savannah area, and I have been enthralled by this, and it's everything I can do not to be more physically involved. But you, I'm grateful. And lady, if you need a ride, don't make me put my car in the wind. But
well, hopefully, let's pray that my mechanic gets the car back to me tomorrow, because I was actually going to be here I have a bird in brining, but you know me, I will cook that bird literally tonight and freeze it and go, because this is a story we've been covering from the beginning. I would really like to see. I pray to God no charge Hadley does not let us down yet again. And I pray that he gets Billy Joe behind bars, because she needs to pay for her part in the death of this child.
You are absolutely right. And there should be more arrests to come. I'm praying for, because listen, she was not the only one that knew about this. I truly believe that. And the fact that she had those children in her custody and left them with somebody that she knew they shouldn't have been with as a mother is just disgraceful. Yeah. But, they're also related to the Crocker family here in Effingham that buried children in their backyard. So let's not forget the connections that this family has in this area. Yeah. And let me say, I live in a different county. And some people may say we're backwoods, but let me tell you, we got some justice here. And this would not have gone down in my county the way it did in Chatham. I assure you. Okay. I don't want to hold you up. I'm grateful.
I think whoever's calling me on it's Miss Ann. I hope Miss Ann sees my live.
Thank you for letting me come up.
You're welcome. Thank you, Carolyn. God bless you. Thank you for your love and support. I'm going to go ahead and get to Paula and see how she feels about it. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
Paula.
You know what? I don't have much to be thankful for, really, this Thanksgiving season. And I want to tear up now. I am so thankful to God that this baby is finally going to get justice.
Yeah.
I thank you for everything you did, and I'm sorry I couldn't make it down sooner, but the time I could make it down, y'all were gonna go because everything had happened with Jimmy, but I just give thanks to God. She's behind bars, and I'm praying, let me get a breath here. I lost a granddaughter, and it hurts. Losing a child that young, it hurts so bad. And the way that this family just nonchalantly was like, who cares? We care. Yeah. You don't want to speak up and be the voice for your child, for your grandchild. Well, we will be, you know, and if it's an open court.
One of our people went to jail for fighting for this baby. Let's not forget our Turtle King. You know, he's still having to go back there to fight this corrupt system that they've got. They put people that are pissed off that they're not throwing this lady in jail. It's some of the stupidest I've ever heard of in my life.
Well, I hope if she ever gets visitation of her grandchildren, it has to be supervised, because she should never again be allowed to have custody of them, because it happened under her watch. Yeah. You know, maybe she's not the one that physically took the life, but had she done what she went to the courts to do, all 3 children will be alive today, not just 2 of them.
Absolutely.
And she needs, yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
Hey, I just called Miss Ann. So, okay, she's watching. So I just wanted to let
you. Ann, we got your call. We were just live. I couldn't answer.
I got her.
Good. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the super chats and super stickers. I do appreciate it. This has been very hard on me. This has been very hard on everybody related to this team. Hold on. Let me get is this it? True Crime Karens, is this you?
Hey girl, yes. I'm sorry. I had my camera on earlier. Do you want me to turn it on again?
I did see a few people. I'm keeping track of who I'm seeing live and who I'm not. I can only bring up a few at a time.
Well, I'll let you go.
Oh, I understand.
All right, Tammy, God bless you.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. God bless.
Bye.
And I'll back down to
Andrew. Take care. God bless you, Paula.
And God bless you, and you have a good Thanksgiving and really celebrate. And have some turkey for Quentin, everybody.
Yeah. God bless.
That's exactly right.
Bye-bye.
I was just going to say that this little boy should be at school today decorating his turkey to bring home to show mommy. Yeah. This little boy should be getting his Santa Claus list ready for what he wants Santa to bring him for Christmas. Did you see that they suspended the landfill search for the entire week this week?
Yeah,
I saw it like 5 minutes before before this broke. And I don't know if there's anything related there or not. I can't, but it's just.
I think they're just going to roll the dice. I think that they have come to the conclusion after all this stuff that they're not going to find him out there, or they found enough evidence out there to charge her. But I'd still like to see the past child abuse charges come down.
I would too.
You know, I just don't think this is enough. It's not enough for me.
I want to see Billy Joe in handcuffs as well. When a grandmother takes custody of her grandchildren, she is responsible for them as if she had given birth to them. In my eyes, to me, she should have handcuffs on her as well. And I pray that may be awful. Some people may get upset for me to say that, but I pray that it happens. We had a situation in my family. My cousin got addicted to drugs. My aunt had to take custody of her grandchildren. She never left those children alone with her daughter. Right. She never left them alone. And, but yeah, it's just, I texted my best friend. I said, hallelujah, praise the Lord. It's finally happening.
They're saying that there is a link of her getting, of course, WTOC 22, the one that gave them, Shay and all them, the slob knobs of the Chatham County Police, of course, get the arrest. Of course they do. Of course they do. I'm glad. Hopefully the 2,200 people that watch their news, hopefully that'll go up. Sorry, I lose respect for media that just refuses to follow and properly tell the truth and have a bias in nature.
Yeah, I'm going to jump down so others can, but thank you for letting me up, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Thank you, True Crime Karens. Okay, we're gonna go to Jillian. I know you popped up, Ruby, but Jillian was actually in. No, it was you, Ruby. I'm looking at the bottom here. Go ahead, Ruby.
Oh, I've just been singing that old Akon song. Locked up, they won't let me out. They won't let me out, no, 'cause I'm locked up, they won't let me out. Thank God they finally locked her up.
I'm telling you what, like this just seemed like it was just I mean, like I really wish that the police chief, my beef with the police chief would have been just completely different had he came out like every other police chief and said, all possibilities are on the table and everybody is a suspect at this time. This coming out and saying Leilani's a prime suspect and she's on double probation and people are scratching their heads saying, well, why isn't she in jail?
Right.
Criminal investigation in the death and disappearance of her own son, and you can't find one freaking charge with his history.
Right. I mean, he's the one that brought all of the attention, to this. And when they started when they were talking about suspending the search and everything, and I was thinking about this the other day, I was like, what if they don't find him?
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like they had just really, really jumped the gun with naming her a suspect so soon, because if they didn't find him, not because I've been saying for a while that, yes, it's going to be like finding a needle in a haystack. And I hope, Chief Hadley, you've got a plan B, in mind.
She's going to go to our arraignment. So we're going to be able to at least peek under the hood with the probable cause affidavit once it's released. And we can take a look at what they found, and
yeah. I'm anxious to see, if they did find anything. I mean, it makes sense that they would shut down this week, because of the holidays and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But, like the other lady was saying, how quick did it go from shutting down for Thanksgiving to we've arrested her?
It's kind of funny when it starts to enter. This is what I see with Chatham County. Now, don't say if I'm wrong. Jason, I see you back there. We'll get to you in just a second around the other folks, but just stick with me. But just think of it. Whenever it starts bothering them, whenever it started to take time, like it's coming up to the holidays. Now they decide to charge her. Now they decided this week that they don't want to do any work on the heels of Thanksgiving. It seems like this whole entire county is around their schedule instead of around the schedule of the fact that you have the biggest crime in your county happening right now, and taking time off is giving a lot of people bad tastes in their mouth because they kept doing it over and over and over again. And there's no excuse for that unless they were just financially strapped. And that is a bad place to be in any county when you have crime.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It almost seems like we're going to do this on our own time whenever we get dadgum good and ready to. We don't answer to the public. We don't answer to YouTubers. We don't do what anybody tells us to do. We do what we want to do, Yeah.
It was definitely a snub to their community, no matter how you look at it. It's just sad. But I've got the entire back filled up. So let me any final
words? All right. Well, good to talk to you. Take care.
Absolutely. God
Billy
bless
Joe,
you for all your love and support, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome. Billy Joe, they're coming for you next.
Let's hope. Let's wait for that another knock. There you go.
We need a bigger boat.
Yes.
Take care, Andra.
Boat. I got a place for them.
All righty. Take care.
Bye-bye. Jillian, you're next. Hold on, let me remove this one, and Jason's coming up. Okay, so it'll be Jillian, April, and then we'll get to Jason. So, Jillian.
Hey, Andra, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. It's much better now. Much better now.
I'm calling from South Africa. So it's almost midnight, and I saw your notification popped up that Leilani was arrested, and I've been following your channel and Jimmy's as well for a long time now, and I tell you, I don't think I'm going to sleep tonight. I think this is a case that has captivated so many people around the world, and we've all been following it really, really closely, and obviously getting a lot of information from you guys as well. I just wonder about the timing of her arrest. Maybe there's a lot that's been happening behind the scenes that we might not necessarily be aware of.
I agree with that.
I kind of get the feeling that something has happened. I don't know. Could it be that they've maybe found some of Quentin's remains, or that somebody has spoken? I find it very interesting in terms of the timing. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, well, we did hear, because I don't believe anything that comes out of Billy Joe's mouth, but, we did hear that things were, from her own mouth, that, it looked like there was going to be some movement in this case. So clearly she must have had some inside knowledge, which is, again, a little bizarre to me that law enforcement is coddling her and giving her way more information than any other victim, any other innocent victim's family out there. It's just, it's alarming to me. The procedures that Chatham County have. It's sickening, to be honest with you.
Well, and just the last thought is that it's kind of bittersweet in the sense that it kind of just makes it more real that baby Quentin, that there is absolutely no possibility that he is out there. Because I think with everybody, you kind of have that hope. It's kind of like a tug of war between your head and your heart, where your heart just wants there to be something positive that happens, and that you still always have that ultimate hope, whereas your head is telling you the chances that he is still alive is very, very slim. And this kind of brings finality to that, the fact that they've now charged her with his death, which makes it kind of bittersweet, because it makes it all the more real, and brings home the fact that Quentin is no more, which is really, really sad as well, you know.
And that baby won't be able to have a Thanksgiving and won't be able to have a Christmas this year. And we still don't know if they found him. We pray to God they found him, so his final resting place ain't that despicable place called a landfill. But we don't know yet. We don't know if they've exhausted all their options, and they told him to go ahead and prosecute. For those that are just joining in, yes, Leilani has been arrested. She was arrested a little while ago, I would think about an hour or so ago, and charged with murder of Quentin Simon. So they have actually charged her with murder. None of the low-hanging fruit. They wanted the murder charge. They didn't care about any of the ancillary charges. They didn't care about anything. It appears they're not planning on charging anybody else in connection with this case. Billy Joe, her lying, her perjuring herself to the courts, no justice there.
Well, just a last thought as well, Andra. How do we know that maybe she hasn't turned on her? And that she might end up testifying against her. But I suppose that remains to be seen, Yes. But at the end of the day, we just think of baby Quentin, and that he's resting in peace, and hopefully in some way some good can come out of this in the end. Yeah, but keep up the good work, and keep up the great work, and informing us and keeping us up to date with the latest, you and Jimmy, and we'll be watching from South Africa as well. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you so much. God bless you, Jillian. Get some sleep.
You too. Thanks, but I'll be watching. Thanks, then. Bye-bye.
God bless. Okay, April, give me your thoughts on everything that's been transpiring here, and your thoughts on everything.
I am so elated. I cannot tell you. I've got Justin on the TV and you on my phone. I was jumping up and down, screaming and saying, "Thank you, God."
Yeah.
I can't believe this. I feel you on the Billy Joe thing. I do, and I'm hoping that maybe, like someone else said, we just have to be patient and wait. And I'm hoping that this is a step in the right direction. I'm watching, Justin's got a video playing of her in handcuffs being escorted into another car, but I can't tell where she's at.
Yeah, well, she's definitely going to the Chatham County Sheriff's Department. And from what we hear, from a person inside there. We will not, identify the person, but they are going to make sure that she has a very comfortable stay while she's in the Chapel department.
That is so amazing. I can't even, my Thanksgiving has just been made. And let me just say, Betty, I found you through Molly, and you are absolutely amazing.
Oh, I appreciate it.
You are a godsend. All the hard work that you put in. I mean, if I could be out there doing it, I would in a heartbeat. And
I have to say, there are some great creators on YouTube, and without them and their love and their support, and because we get hated on a lot, without that, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. I couldn't do all this by myself. I mean, even with the support, the financial support of the channel, I couldn't do all of this myself.
Yeah. I think you and Dolly and Justin are on the top of my list right now.
Yeah.
You're just absolutely
Don't forget my
amazing.
BFF Olivia. I mean, we heard.
Oh yeah, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Olivia is awesome. She is amazing at what she does. Yes, absolutely. But God bless you, and I hope that He does bless you in some way for all of your hard work. And I just pray to God that that precious baby can get some rest. And I know he's up there with my granddaughter, and she's gonna make him feel at home. And he's maybe gonna have a best friend. My granddaughter would have been 6, so he's got my grandbaby to welcome him. And I hope this sweet boy finds peace. And thank you so much, Betty. God bless you, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, and God bless you as well.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. That's like a choker. Jason, thank you for being
Hey,
here.
how are you?
I'm doing great.
Not a problem.
So
I actually worked, I just got a new job at Gulfstream, but I worked like a mile from where this all happened when it was actually happening. And I've been following the case basically since day one. And something you said about Savannah Chatham County, yes, there is a lot of crime that it is unfathomable, the amount of shootings that happen daily. I follow a couple of police scanners just from the area, and every day I count at least 2 to 3 shootings in Savannah Chatham County alone. So I mean, it's definitely not a safe haven by any means.
Right.
And my thought with the reason that it might have taken so long was they might have wanted to try and get a full airtight case so that there would be no chance of her getting off at all with any technicalities. And I think that's part of what was going on as to why it took so long.
Yeah.
But I could be completely wrong, and that's just kind of my feeling. But I just gotten off work at 4, and I got that notification that she had been arrested, and I sent it to my wife, and she goes, "Hallelujah, Lord."
Yeah,
So,
it's about time. Thank you for all the men and women in blue that went out there and worked themselves to the bone for this child. Thank you. God bless each and every one of you for doing that.
Most definitely. And I saw that notification last night that they were going to be suspending the search this week. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, I get it's Thanksgiving, but, y'all been taking weekends off too and cutting off at like 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I feel that
they gave it a half-assed effort, in some respects. That's how I feel.
Yeah, it should have been done in shifts, in my opinion. Like, okay, you're coming in, you're working this 8 hours. We'll have spotlights out here. All right, you come in and you're going to work the next 8 hours and just work around the clock until something is found.
Yeah, that's what
I mean. That's to me, you look at any crime show and that's what happens as well. I mean, it would just make common sense, especially with as many law enforcement agencies and everything that was brought in on this case. You would think that it would have been that way, but guess not.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting a notification that there's going to be a press conference in an hour, so we're going to tune into that here in the next hour when we see it. Wanda, thank you. I got your message too. If you're in the chat, that she's been arrested, appreciate it. Appreciate everybody that's reached out to me to try to let me know that she has been arrested. This is a great day for us, but there's still a lot of work, in my opinion, that needs to be done. Jason, if you don't mind, did you have any final words? I got the whole back chat filled up.
Yeah. So I do think that that Billy Joe will end up being arrested eventually, but I think their telltale sign on this was in this particular case with the murder itself. Now, she may be charged with other things on top of it, and also with Leilani, I think they were wanting to try and get the maximum extent, so they were compiling all the charges. You know, she may only be charged with the murder right now, but when it comes down to the actual hearing, I think she's going to be hit with so much more that nobody even knows.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. You know, I'm interested. You know, maybe No Charge Hadley might be getting an apology letter from Bullhorn Betty. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I stand on my convictions, and at the time we were there, it looked pretty bad when you're arresting people for walking down the road, but not putting a baby murderer behind bars.
I completely agree 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for covering it. I mean, it's been a very emotional case for me. Like, my son just turned 17 months, so he was right there about the same age, and
yeah, that's
it
hard.
It just brought a whole new, like, there was already a major love, but it just brought it so much deeper than I could ever have thought. So
yeah, absolutely.
It just makes me want to just hold him tight every day.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, it's hard. And I believe a lot of people are holding their children tighter because of this case, because, you know, children are so precious and they're so innocent. And we look at our children. I don't have children of my own, but I have my grandchildren. And I remember them being 20 months old. And yeah, there was times I wanted to pull my hair out. There was times I wanted to scream. You know, I mean, we're not taking that away, that, you know, raising children and grandchildren is a tough job. And there are just times that it you know, when you got screaming babies and they won't shut up and you're like, you don't know what to do. You fed them, you changed them, and they're still screaming. They won't lay down. You know, I get the frustration, but, you know, we learn to love the music that they make. And
Exactly.
they don't do anything wrong. And it's just so hard to think of, and I heard this, and I'm going to tell people something. It's going to break their heart, but I'm going to go ahead and get through some of these people in the back studio, and then I'm going to tell you guys a story. So thank you, Jason. God bless you guys for being out there. And hopefully when I come back out there to do a follow-up series on this case, maybe we can connect, and I can connect with some more people that I missed from Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, thank you.
God bless. Bye-bye. So Lisa, we're going to go to you, and then Ricky will be getting to you as well. Guys, give me just a second, for just a quick second. I got to flag some things. Go ahead, Lisa. Oh, let me unmute you, or you're unmuted. So tell me what you think about all of this.
I believe Billy Joe should receive the same fate as her daughter.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people. I know I truly am on, you know, not necessarily the same fate, but she definitely is culpable. If it wasn't for her actions, this child would be alive, period.
And I totally agree.
Yeah. So
if she would have been a little more careful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. Not just a little more careful. I mean, she went to the courts telling the courts her daughter is incapable of properly caring for these kids. So why in the world would you leave to go out of town and leave them in the custody of the very person you just told the court that she was incapable of taking care of? It's just crazy to me.
It is. She should have had adequate babysitter if she didn't trust her daughter. It wouldn't have went down in my county.
Right. And it wouldn't have gone on here either. I mean, I'm from Florida. You screw with kids, your ass is in jail. There's no questions asked. They'll find something. something legit, nothing criminal like, false arresting people like they do in Chatham County. This would be a legit arrest, but they would find something and you would not go through a night without being in jail.
And my county wouldn't let a baby killer out on the streets, not a day more or a day less. If they found out it was you, you would be in jail the next hour.
Absolutely. And I think that was the sour taste we got in our mouth with, no charge Hadley. But again, he's now charged her. Now, finally, thank you. Thank you, Chatham County Police Department, for finally getting her behind bars. I still want to see charges for the abuse she has perpetrated upon Quentin as well as Zane. We've seen Zane with huge freaking it's horrible. Kids don't get that injured that many times. They just don't.
Billy Joe should at least get what is it? She should get impeached through the courts for lying, first of all.
Perjury, yeah. And the answer is for the Facebook user, Leilani was arrested, ? Yes, she's been arrested for murder.
And she should get charged with endangerment of a child being in her custody.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Couldn't agree with you any more than what you're saying. All of the above and then some. All of the above and then some. So any final words for you, about this case? I've got a whole back chat, as you can see.
I can. But it's nice talking to you. I love watching your show every day.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. God bless you. And thank you for being the support of this channel, the support of the creators that went out there. It took a lot of hands in this case. It took a lot of work in this case. And it took a lot of creators with a lot of great heart.
It burned my behind when all them hater YouTubers came out there and tried to stop you. It burned my behind.
Well, they were also saying we were turning it into the circus. We weren't turning it into the circus. They turned it into the circus.
Right.
Don't you love how they always blame us for the junk that they're doing?
Right.
So, all right, Lisa. Well, you take care and God bless.
You have a good Thanksgiving.
You too. You too. Lots to be thankful for this year. There's definitely that.
Right.
Oh, sorry about that.
Well, you have a good one, and I'm getting off.
Bye-bye. Ricky, my main man, Ricky, how are you, love?
Well, just got a good smile on my face today. I surely needed that.
Yes, great. I mean, we're rolling right into Thanksgiving, and I guarantee every one of these channels that are now reporting that Leilani Simon is arrested and charged with Quentin Simon's murder, that now we've got something to really be thankful. And this is not just the first thing we have thankful for this year. Harmony Montgomery's father, Adam Montgomery, was charged with her murder as well.
Ain't that sad? That's so awful. But Betty, most people use when they go through something like that. Well, they got a mental problem, or they got schizophrenia, or they are bipolar. I mean, they come up with all kind of sorts of things, just like that Daryl Brooks, rather, up in the guy that the parade man, one killed all them people and injured a lot of people, rather,
and he got a whopping symbolic sentencing.
Wow.
And even the judge said, I realize that this is symbolic in nature, but it was making a point. You ain't never getting out.
Right, and he's done filed for a he wants to redo his trial.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. It seems like when I was watching it seemed that the judge was very cautious of everything that she did related to his case, making sure that he would be failed on appeal. So you still go through the process, but it doesn't mean that you're going to get it.
I'll tell you what, Betty, here's what I think. Okay. I think Billy Joe got custody of these kids, and what she did, and what it is, I think she covered for her daughter, in my opinion. And then the daughter was still in the home. They should have let her have the kids, but the daughter could not be able to stay there. That should have been a stipulation of that. Then maybe this little boy would still be alive today. And then they should get them all for an abuse myself, because I know you said you had a poster of him having bruises all over him and stuff like that, in which they're going to say kids play around, get all that there. Of course, I couldn't see the picture, but I know you subscribed to all the.
Oh, there was a huge bruise right on the right above one of the eyes that just covered like his almost half of his forehead. This is for Zane, the older kid. He had double black eyes and a bruise on his nose. We've found pictures with huge lumps on his head. I mean, kids, we as parents have children. Some of our kids are rambunctious, and yes, they hurt themselves. They break bones. They do foolish stuff that gets them hurt. We understand that, but it's few and far between. I mean, you don't have that many injuries on a child in that little bit of time.
Right. Do they got the death penalty there in that state?
Georgia, yeah, I'm pretty sure they've got the death penalty. They also have, they also have a law that you can charge somebody in absentia. They don't need to have a body in order to bring murder charges against someone.
Okay, what do you think should happen to her, Betty? You think she should get the death?
Honestly, if they've got the evidence, I mean, she killed her kid. She killed her son. Their 20-month-old son. To be honest with you, I think it should be a capital crime. I think she took a life of an innocent child she was a parent of, and she should pay with her life. That's what I truly believe.
Get the death penalty. That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, I absolutely believe in the death penalty. I absolutely believe that this is a great case for the death penalty. And I absolutely believe that this woman, this despicable woman that has not gotten her life together yet and has just done the worst type of thing you can ever do to a child should have to pay with the exact, honestly, I think she should have to pay exactly the way he went out. She should have to go out, but we're too gracious here in this country. And, public hanging, I would be all for.
Let me ask you another question. Here's what really bothered me with Billy Joe, because she cut fish up and put all over the yard from what I heard.
Yep, she did.
Did manure, put, what was that, cow manure on the yard?
It was potting soil. It was the potting soil.
Oh, was it? Okay.
No, it was just, what she had on hand. It probably said manure soil. And she's like, oh, let me put this out here. And it was just, it wasn't a bag of manure. It's soil.
To me, that's same as saying I'm guilty. I'm sorry. I mean,
yeah.
You don't do that because, I mean, you was down there trying to make it take place. And I appreciate what you did because you put your life in danger, to be honest. Yeah. It takes somebody with guts to do that. And I pray everywhere you go that God keeps his covenant over you and his hedge around you and he sends his angels down. Because we all got angels that follow us all, But I just pray that God will always do that. And I do salute the ones in black and blue. I got a song on my CD called The Ones in Black and Blue.
Hold on just a second, Ricky. Hold on just a second. Let me mute myself real quick and I'll be right back with you. You can keep talking.
Okay. I got a song on my CD, y'all, called Black and Blue, and it's talking about the police officers. There's good, bad, and everything. We all know this, but we need to recognize the good police officers, and they do need our respect. And of course, if you got to give respect to get respect. That's that's my feel on everything. And hey, y'all, if everybody hasn't hit that like button, please do so. To let Betty know you appreciate what she's doing. I know there's a lot of people out there watching right now, and please check out rickybeavers.com and check my YouTube channel over there. And if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe and like my Facebook page. It'd be greatly appreciated. And let's join together in saving America and making the difference in the United States. The American people's got to take a stand. We can't let our government, our corrupt government, do the things they're doing to you and me. It's just not fair. So we need to make a stand for that. And I want to stand for that. And I want everybody to join with me and support me in standing for that, making a difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Ricky, on that note, I just wanted to tell people some of the charges that she is charged with.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
Okay, she has no bond. So she's already had a quick arraignment. There is no bond for her. She's been charged with murder, falsifying information or falsifying a report, and disposal of a body. And I believe there may be one other charge for her that we have not seen. So I'm going to start looking for that here in just a second. Any final words, Ricky?
Yes, I want everybody to know that you're special and God loves you. And I'll be praying for each and every one of you. I meditate and pray a lot every day and read God's word. And of course, I haven't done what I should be doing because I've been following this case with Bullhorn Betty and other YouTubers. And but anyway, Betty, again, thank y'all for everything. And everybody, please, once again, hit that like button, send your support to Betty, donate, give, because it is for a good cause.
Yeah.
Thank y'all very much, and God bless.
Yeah, God bless you too. God bless you too.
Okay.
A little bit of everything. And I'm going to bring up everybody. Who else is back here? I'll bring up everybody else because I see your face. If you guys want to turn your camera on, you can, or camera off, you can. I'm going to go ahead and bring you up now. Little bit of everything. Go ahead.
Hey there. Can you hear me?
I can.
Hey, it's Tina. I have a cold, so you have to excuse my voice. I barely have one.
Oh, that's okay.
But I jumped on and I saw it the second that you came up, and my heart fell down into my stomach. Oh my gosh, I am so happy that this happened, and just wanted to thank you and Olivia and all the other ones that were out there keeping this aware, so no one dropped the ball on this, and to make sure that they did what they were going to do. But I have 2 questions. Someone in the chat said something, and I have no idea if this is a rumor or not, but they said they thought Leilani might be pregnant at this time.
Yeah, they did say that, but I think it's because of the people that yeah, she has not been she's not in the system quite yet, but I think it's because people were buying wish list items for a young, like the wish list items for Billy Joe was for a little boy. It's like, you don't have any more little boys in your home. Why are you buying this? And we were thinking that it was possible that Leilani may have been pregnant. I think it's a rumor. I don't think it's true, but who knows?
Oh, I hope to God it's not true. And I watched the candlelight vigil that Michelle, the babysitter, had at her house.
Yeah.
It was lovely, and I can only imagine how she feels right now. She must feel so happy that Leilani finally got arrested. But I'm just wondering, this Billy Joe thing. When she was drinking or something and going crazy the other day on somebody's thing, and she was like, how did I raise 2 murderers and all this stuff? Like, I'm wondering, she almost seems like the type of woman that possibly to save herself, she might have turned on her own daughter. So,
well, I hope she did. I mean, to be honest with you, I really kind of hope she did, because because to be honest with you, she wasn't looking too good in the public eye with everything that she had done.
No, because, like you said, if you go to court and you tell the judge, I'm taking these children because my daughter is not capable of keeping these children, and then she goes out of town, and Michelle, she was supposed to have those children, and then she called her at the last minute and said, well, I'm going to give Leilani a chance to keep them. Right. And then that was it.
Right.
So, I mean, she's at fault for that for sure. But, but I don't know. I kind of feel like she is the kind of woman that, to save her own butt, that she may have turned on Leilani.
Well, we told her to feed her to the wolves. I mean, there was really no hope. I mean, at the end of the day, her daughter did this. They weren't going to get away with it. They were hopeful to get away with it. And I think, Billy Joe realized this wasn't going away, and this wasn't going to be pretty, because we were standing out in front of her house. People were pissed. And, and to be honest with you, even the protesters, after being arrested, kept coming back out. If that doesn't say everything right there, I don't know what does. There was nothing that this police chief was going to really do. I mean, if we were still out there, we were still out there. I was going to fight the system. If I had to go to jail, I was going to go to jail. But I needed a break. And when we came back here, I was supposed to do we were going to go back in 2 weeks. We were literally supposed to leave today to go back to Chatham County, Georgia. And it just didn't work out. My car's in the shop. I got no wheels. A filling fell out. I got to go take care of that. And Thanksgiving's this week. So it posed a whole bunch of problems that we weren't anticipating.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm
And
just
then, of course,
wondering,
the one day
when
I
they call,
seriously
when
don't
they,
have wheels. Like this, I have never gone a day without wheels ever in my life. And this is the one day that I have no wheels. And the biggest case that I've covered this year, the lady's finally arrested.
Oh my gosh. I'm wondering, when you just read the charges off, and that, they called the search off yesterday, and then when you just read the charges and it said disposing of a body, I'm wondering, so maybe they did find little Quentin's body,
They either
because
found his body or they found enough evidence out there
yeah,
to
because I
state
don't
that
think
he
you
was
could say
there.
disposal of a body without finding something of a body, so
Yeah.
that sounds hopeful. So, but thank you so much, all of you that were out there. I've been watching you guys, praying for you, and I'm here in Florida with you, so if you need a ride, hit me up.
All right, thanks. A little bit of everything. God bless you.
Okay, bye. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Bye-bye. Miss Lee, mom of 3, you're up next. How are you doing today? Good day. It's a great day.
I'm good. Yes. Whenever I saw it pop up on my phone on the from the WTSC thing, I immediately emailed you with it, and I told my son, I said, Gage, they arrested Leilani. Stop, Leilani. And he was like, Mama, how are we going to celebrate? He was ready to party.
I don't know about everybody else, but this chick here, Bullhorn Betty, is going out for some soft serve.
Yes, that sounds great. My kids,
One
of my kids is trying to listen.
Freezing cold weather right now. They got snow up to their eyeballs, literally, and I'm talking about ice cream. They're ready to probably throw a pot of chili at me.
Yeah, we're having chicken pot pie because it's so cold.
There you go. I ordered pizza.
But yeah,
I got chicken. I got a bird. I got everything in there that's already cooked. I got chicken soup already cooked down. And I didn't feel like eating it. And I ended up ordering pizza and wings.
the lady before me actually asked the question that I was wondering about. Maybe if they had already found the body and just hadn't said anything, since they had the disposing of the body charge.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Go ahead and put it back up there, Miss Ann. There she is. There's that ugly mug right there. Look at her. She looks like she's drugged out even in this photo. Look at her eyes. They're all sunk in. She's looking, and she looks like shit. Miss Ann, what was she charged? Let me open this up to Miss. Oh, well, let me let you finish up, Miss Lee, and then we'll go back to Miss Ann.
That was the only question I had, was if you wondered if they had already found the body, since that was a charge on there.
I don't know, because we didn't hear about a coroner going out there. We didn't hear about all this other stuff. So I really don't know, but these charges look pretty good. Finally, I'm happy with this. I really am. Again, I don't really have, me and Chief Hadley don't get along very well, and that's okay, because at the end of the day, she's behind bars before Thanksgiving. I'm telling you, if she would have went to Thanksgiving dinner and still hadn't been charged, I would have been lit when I came back there.
Yes, girl. It's ridiculous they waited this long.
Sadly, our beef has come down quite a bit,
Yes, ma'am. Well, hopefully everything will stick.
Yeah, perfect. All right, Miss Lee, take care of this baby.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Tell her hey. She's saying hey.
Hi.
Thank you.
God bless. So Amber Nicole, you're up next. And guys that are waiting behind. Hold on just a second. The guys that are waiting behind the back chat panel, please be patient, because when I get to Miss Ann, I'm going to talk to her by herself. Go ahead, Amber Nicole.
Well, first of all, I just wanted to say I've been praying and praying and praying that there would be justice for Quentin. And today is my birthday, and that is the best birthday gift I could ever get.
God bless you and happy birthday. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. That baby, and I get emotional, so I had to turn my camera off. That baby did not deserve what he got. He deserves so much better than that. My mom was a foster parent my whole life. Well, since I was 10. I'm the only biological child. She's adopted 9 other children. And I've seen the kids that come in and out of foster care, and I've seen what they take kids for here in Arkansas. And if it would have been Arkansas, he would still be alive.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's states that don't play, and these other states that are gambling with our children's lives for political reasons, like, oh, we need to keep the family unit together. Sorry, there's just some family units that don't deserve to be together because this is the end result, and people have to start getting wise. We have a lot of drug and alcohol problems in this country. Until that's addressed, we're going to have these children issues in this country.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that. And I'm just so thankful that they finally arrested her and that that little boy has justice. And I want to thank you for everything that you did. I watched you every day out there and all the sweating and sitting out there for hours. And you're just amazing, Betty. I just want to tell you that. You're amazing.
Thank you. God bless. It's not easy. People think it's easy. It's not easy. You know, sometimes you guys think I'm so strong. I get scared, but I do what's right. And I will
You
always
do.
do that.
You do. Well, I know you got a bunch of people in the background. I just wanted to tell you that that was the best birthday gift I could ever get. When I seen that, I was so happy. And I just wanted to tell you that I think that you're an amazing woman and just keep advocating for these children.
Oh, I will. I will. I not just the children, but all these victims. I mean,
Yes.
we have adult victims as much as we do children. It's just more heartbreaking with these children, and it makes me fight 10 times harder because it is a child, the most innocent of innocent.
Right. Exactly. You're absolutely right. Just keep up the good fight, Betty.
Thank you, Amber, and happy birthday from the Bullhorn Betty channel.
Thank
to
you. Thank you.
God bless. Petunia, we'll get with you, Miss Ann, in just a second.
Hi. Well, first of all, thank God, because I honestly, this horrible, horrible girl and this horrible, horrible grandmother, I'm glad they finally arrested her. I feel like they have to arrest Billy Joe, right?
I would think that they should. I mean,
like, she legally was responsible for that
Yes.
child because she went to the courts to take possession of the children because she couldn't trust her own daughter and then left them with her anyway.
Yeah.
She has to be liable, and it leads me to question, so I have a bachelor's in child development and early education.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that in the two states that I've worked in, guys, keep it down just a minute. In the two states that I've worked in, there's a thing called a mandated reporter. If you're a foster parent, if you've ever had a CPS case opened on you, if you offer, even if you're not professionally licensed in childcare, and you take people's children into your home on the regular, if you live in that home with them, you're a mandated reporter, which means if you see something, you are legally obligated to tell law enforcement about it.
Mm-hmm.
If someone in that home is hurting a child, if a child that's in your care on the regular, I'm sorry, babysitter, I think she has great intentions, but I think if all of her allegations are true,
Mm-hmm.
she's liable also because she didn't do anything to protect those children about it.
Yeah.
And I just have questions about their mandated reporter status and who all else in that house, who was really in that house, who else.
Yeah. Because we know Paul was there, Annie was there. They don't anticipate anybody else being charged with the disappearance and death of this child, but are there other charges that are like accessories before and after the fact? Perjury, even though it's not directly related to the actual murder and disposal, are other people going to be charged in other crimes related to this? They're saying no other charges.
Withholding of information, protecting this girl,
Yeah.
going on whoever's. I never watch these other creators. I hear all this drama, and I'm always like, who is this? But I know these creators are most likely trying to get on their good side. They know that they're criminals. They know they're wrong.
Yeah.
And I understand the premise of wanting to get more information, right? You want to be the first with the scoop, but inserting themselves into the situation as they did, I think there's a lot of people that in the end should be held accountable for a lot of different things here. That, I mean, most likely it'll just end up being Leilani and her mom in jail, but at the very least, that's what needs to happen. Billy Joe, 100%.
Guys, let's look at this. So I'm looking at this photo of her. She looks really crappy, but I'm seeing this right here looks like a turtle suit. It looks like she's under suicide watch. This is not a normal outfit. This looks like a turtle suit. They have her completely nude under this suit that she is wearing right here. It looks like she's going to the medical pod as opposed and being in a private cell as opposed to being in general pop at this moment. That right there, I know that suit. I've seen that suit. And it looks like she's on suicide watch.
I see a lot of people saying it looks like she's doped out in the picture. Like she's not. I personally, I think it looks the opposite. I think it looks like she's going through a pretty hard withdrawal.
Yeah.
Her eyes are sunken. She's got huge bags. Her hair looks, like her hair looks stringy, and like maybe she tried for a second before she left the house.
Mm-hmm.
But oftentimes, I mean, if you've ever been arrested, they when they come to your house to arrest you, and they'll have people escort you to go get appropriate clothing sometimes.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're a murderer, they're just gonna escort you out. She probably went out in her pajamas and a hoodie and no bra and no shoes and
Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm looking at that suit. I know exactly what that suit is, and if she was dressed out, she wouldn't be wearing that suit. So I have a funny feeling they've got her on suicide watch right now.
Now I wonder if the pregnancy rumor.
I think we started the pregnancy rumor, to be honest with you. I think it was a joke that got out of hand because Dolly and I were sitting out in front of the house, and people were saying that Billy Joe was starting to put a wish list up, and they started telling us about
what is it? Amazon wish list and a GoFundMe for grandma, for guilty grandma.
Yeah. Well, Petunia, do you have any final words? I'm going to get to Miss Ann here in just a second.
Lock them all up.
Oh, look at that beautiful baby.
Lock them all up. Forget Billy Joe. They need to rot under the prison.
Yeah. But your baby is exactly why we do the work that we do. So,
she's 17 months. I can't imagine. I have 3 little girls, and I can't imagine.
Yeah. Well, God bless you. Keep up the good work. You look like you're taking beautiful care of your babies. Look at that. That's just precious. That's just precious. Well, God bless you.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. All right, Miss Ann, let me take the microphone off.
Hey.
Good news, man. Good news. This day we didn't think was going to come.
Girl, my Facebook Messenger, my group, and my regular Facebook, it has blown slap up. I mean, I'm still trying to check everything.
Yeah, I know you are. You got the command center right there. I saw it myself with my own 2 eyes.
Yeah. My TV's on in the background, and a while ago when I was pointing, I wanted you to zoom into me because they put her charges up there.
Ah, shit. What were the charges? We know we got murder, false report, disposal of body, but somebody said there's 5 charges, and I've only got 3.
I didn't say government, and this lady's coming because she's bringing me some donations.
Mm-hmm.
We just had a big fire just recently, not far away from here, and 16 families got displaced. So I got all these clothes and everything trying to help those families.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady's fixing to pull up. So, you might have to put me on mute because the crew's going to start announcing that someone's here.
Yeah. So what I need to do is just find, do you know what all her charges were? We do have the murder, false info, disposal of body, but there's 2 more charges.
Okay. So when they put them on at 6:00 on the WTOC behind me, at 6, I'll go ahead and try to get a picture of it real quick.
Okay.
And I'll send it to your messenger.
Yeah.
And
please do.
Are you able to check Messenger?
I while I'm on here, I'll monitor it. I'm not really the best at sending Messenger or following Messenger, especially when I'm live, but I will do my absolute best to monitor it while we're live here. I'm trying to find the actual live myself,
Well,
for
I'm
this.
checking. I've been checking the jail site here, the bookings.
Mhm.
Let me look one more time. I don't think they actually have it up yet.
Mhm.
Let me look. Come on, please. No, they don't have it up yet. So as soon as they
sorry, hold on. Let me mute this. Nationwide 5G from T-Mobile for Business. Sorry, I'm on the WTOC website watching it. So
okay, good. All right, great.
Yeah.
So you'll see it, and Chief Hadley's going to do a press conference when they said at 5 o'clock in an hour, so he might be doing it at 6. Hey, go ahead and put me on mute. Let me let her in.
Okay.
Hold on a
All
minute.
right. I'm going to bring a couple more people up here, and I'm just going to put you in the back studio and let me get through these 3 people, and I'll bring you
Hey,
back
go
up.
ahead. Go ahead.
All
No
right.
problem.
All right. So we're going to move her to the back studio. Kristen, Muse, and Chadwell, I need to see your face. All right. Go ahead. I'm going to bring you up, and Elsie, I'm going to bring you up. We're going to go around the room like we have been. We're going to go with Kristen Muse first.
Girl, the first question I have is, have you called Olivia?
I went live. I was going live on the Idaho 4, and my phone starts going off, and I literally had to switch gears and go like just balls to the walls with this because I was just dumbfounded. I'm like, holy crap, she's finally arrested.
Girl, I looked to see if Olivia posted anything, and she hadn't posted anything on
You're
it yet.
right.
So
I should. Let me text her.
Right?
Let me text her and let her know. Hold on. Let's just call her. Let me call her. Let's get her on phone. Let's get her on phone. Where is she? Let's see if we can get her. Let's see if we can.
Hello, you reached Olivia Vitale.
Yeah. Come on, Olivia. Hold on. It's ringing. Let's see if we can get her. Sometimes it does that. You are live I'm live right now. I just wanted to let you know Leilani has been arrested for murder.
I know, I found out, and I was actually putting together a video to post.
We knew.
Finally, thank the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
It's about time. So
yeah.
I wonder if Billy Joe, if they're ever gonna arrest her for anything, or if
we're having that discussion right now in the live chat. But somebody was just up here and like, did you call Olivia? And I'm like, no, I was going live with a completely different topic, and then boom, like 4 minutes before I was going live, this revelation came out that she was arrested. So I had to jump ship on that one and set up a whole new live to discuss this breaking case.
See, Olivia, I got your back, girl. I got your back.
Kristen says she's got her back. So she's like, did you call Olivia? I'm like, no, I didn't. Holy crap, I need to call Olivia.
Yeah, no, this is, wow, like big news. I saw the video of them arresting her. Did you see that on Twitter?
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm trying to wait for the press conference. If you can do me some sleuthing and get me the exact link for the press conference, I'd be grateful to you.
Yeah, I'll find it. But yeah, pretty crazy. Gosh, I don't even have words really. I just want to thank everyone who was, everyone that was involved in this, like that wanted answers, and everyone sleuthing that genuinely wanted to help, and everything. And also my condolences to Quentin because I mean, it's
the people that loved him, cared for him, and actually took care of him. Diana. Guys, you got to put Diana and her family in your prayers because they had these boys a lot.
Yeah, she did post on her Facebook, on her personal Facebook, so she is aware. And she just wrote, "Thank God, that Leilani's been arrested." So
pretty crazy stuff. Yeah, we'll see what happens, know, and as things unfold. So
it's crazy that the car, like I said, of all days for me not to have any wheels. I've never gone a day without wheels. And today is the first day I have no wheels. And in Leilani, the biggest case we've covered in 2022, just got arrested, and I can't even drive up to Chatham County.
I know, wild, right? It's funny how life works.
Yep. So.
Well, Yeah, wild stuff. But definitely call me after this call because I have something to tell you. But,
All right, love.
Thanks for calling, and I love everybody in the chat.
We love you, Olivia.
Yep.
I love you too.
All right. Love you, babe. Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So Olivia has now been informed. I'm a horrible friend. So thanks for making that noticeable, Kristen. I appreciate that. No, I'm just joking.
I did put it in the chat 2 or 3 times. Call Betty. Call Olivia. Betty.
I know,
call
but I
Olivia.
don't read the chat. That's been the
I know, honey. That's why I called. So yeah, I just wanted to reach out to you and say that we're so grateful. And I mean, if it wasn't for you and the pressure that you put on Chatham County, on the family, this may never have come to fruition.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful. I really am.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm gonna step down. I know you got lots to do, girl.
We have something to be thankful for this Thanksgiving, which is happening literally in just a couple or a few days. On Thursday, this Thursday, let's all say a prayer for Quentin. Let's pray to God they found him and are able to put him to rest properly. That is our next goal, is to make sure Quentin has the proper resting place.
Amen to that. And then after that, we go hard for Billy Joe.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, yep. I agree.
So, all right, girl.
All right.
I love you.
Love you too. Thank you so much. The next person up is Chadwell and then LC.
Hi, Betty.
Hey.
So I was looking.
You just went away. What happened? Uh-oh. What happened? I can't hear you. You're breaking up, Chadwell. Hello? Oh, she dropped. All right, LC, you're up.
Well, I want to say to the crowd, first of all, y'all need to apologize to Miss Betty here because you doubted her ethics and her work.
Yeah.
So I would like to see some of them thumbs up.
Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath.
I know, but yeah, I would just like to make sure everybody knows where I stand there too.
Yeah.
And then we ain't done yet because we still got a disgraced grandmother to finish the work, and the battle is not done.
Yeah.
But we don't have to worry about the mother being on the loose, hurting another child, or getting dates on the sidelines anymore with men that might have children.
Yeah.
So we are grateful and thankful that Leilani is locked up, the disgraced mother is locked up. But we're not done with the grandmother, y'all. We still got to fight that battle to get her locked up, and some mental capabilities help her actions. And I want to say to Miss Diane, the babysitter, you might have changed your story 10 or 13 times in your TikToks and in your thing, but you stood by Quentin, and that's what matters most.
The only one. I mean, to be honest with you, really the only one in that whole entire community, that whole entire street that really stood for Quentin, that really helped, that tried to make sure that his voice, his face, his name was out there at all times. If we left it to Billy Joe and Leilani, nobody would have known that this kid was even missing.
And I want to say to you, Betty, thanks for everything you do. I mean, me and you work together in person, so we know that. But I want to thank you as well. And y'all that doubted her, like I said, I expect to see some comments in her comment box. Apologies, because she didn't do nothing wrong. And she told you that from the beginning. She followed the law and the statutes and her paralegal background that she's showed many times. So I want to see that, because where y'all downvoted her, justice was served on one, but we're not done on the other.
Yet. I mean, there's more people that should be in jail, because this child should have never been put through that abuse. People knew it was going on. Billy Joe was the one responsible person for this child, and she's being held without. I mean, she's not even having to deal with her responsibility of this. She's escaping that responsibility, in the way it's appearing right now. So I hope
I want to give a
that
shout out
something
to
happens.
Savannah community protesters, Mary and the rest of them, that you stood your grounds on the front end of it and still standing your ground. So please, y'all, remember, some may be crazy in their own words, but they still stood up for this little baby, and they still get appreciation for being there and being not heartless.
That's what I said at the
Not
very
heartless
beginning of
enough to
this.
do it.
Is that we all stood in solidarity for this kid, despite, you know, how our opinions, because clearly they have opinions of me. I have no opinion of them, to be honest with you. I don't know them like that. But you know, we all still stood there in solidarity, and we were not fighting with each other out there. It may have been on social media, some things being said, but as far as the working relationship out there on site, it was pretty good.
Yes, and it was peaceful at the end. A little crazy, but it was peaceful at the end.
It was a lot crazy. The crazy you guys got to see was only, you know, we only went out there at night like twice or maybe.
No,
maybe
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the visual was a little bit of crazy.
Yeah, that was a little
Quinn
too
had
much.
solitary peace, and that was the main glory. Is he had a perfect visual with a lot of people that cared.
Yeah, that is true.
And those that did the live streams, you may sit here and not be able to go. I wasn't able to go, but I watched the live streams. And I told Ginzel to, you know, realize if you can't be there, you can't be there, but yet you can still thank the host. Betty has one, Dolly has another, House of Williams, Olivia.
Yeah.
Mary,
NGL,
before
Justice
they
Wall,
before
ICU.
they went down there, Mary Maddox, before y'all gone down there, they gave you real life show. It wasn't no TV series then.
It was definitely real content. It's very painful content.
And did you get a hold of House of Williams too?
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sure she's watching. Who knows? You know, I don't know her schedule.
And Justice for All, Justice for All is also a part of this team. And I'm not a part of Betty's team, not in that way. I'm literally just a person she met in Rogersville.
Yeah.
But I am still loyal enough to know that you got to read between the lines and the brain cells of how people work before you judge. Quit doing this to each other, and maybe you will see the truth of the real creators.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say on the creators and everything. Bye, Betty.
Bye.
Have a good
I love you,
rest of the
Elsie.
evening.
Take care. God bless.
And I'll see you in Tennessee, hopefully.
Yeah, we're going to be coming back because there's a lot of work that needs to still go on there because we still have a baby that's missing and there's no justice for that baby.
Justice for Summer, and hopefully we get answers on that. And hopefully I can make arrangements to meet up with you if it's close, but if not, some way we'll work something out.
All right. God bless, Ben.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Dylan, I'm going to bring you up, and then I've already removed the link. We're going to take the link down for a while. I'm going to bring Dylan up. If you want to keep your video on, you can, but I'm bringing you up now.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, hi, Bullhorn Betty. I'm just gonna be 5 minutes and be super quick.
Okay.
Just wanted to say I'm from Port Charlotte, Florida, and I'm a super huge fan of you. Kind of nervous, and yeah. I just want to say hey. So what do you feel about her getting arrested?
I'm elated.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thankful, but I'm thinking of how much stress and strain everybody went through because they failed to get this lady off the street sooner. But you know, I can't keep living in the past. I mean, today's a new day.
Right.
She is behind bars.
Yeah.
She gets bologna sandwiches for Thanksgiving. I can't be happier than that.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to let you go though, real quick. Just want to say hi. I'm a super huge fan.
Oh, well, thank
Yeah.
you, Dylan. I appreciate it.
I'm actually new because I seen a pic of you because what's her name? Chronicles of Olivia posted. I'm
Yeah.
and it went in my mind. I'm like, yeah, we live 20 minutes away from Brian Laundrie's house. We're in Port Charlotte. Northport is right.
Yep.
Right on 41. So I'm like, it's crazy you were here, and you're from Florida too, right?
Yep. I've actually done
that's cool.
protests in Port
That's
Charlotte.
awesome.
in
From
front of your probably your
what
county
part? What?
commissioners of City Hall.
You're from Destin?
No, I'm from Bradenton.
Oh,
I'm
that's
just in
cool.
Yankee
All
County.
right, that's awesome. All right, well, God bless you. You do really, really good job.
I
You do good
appreciate it,
work.
Dylan. Well, God bless
Bye.
you guys. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we got a lot to be thankful for
You
this
too.
year.
Love ya.
God bless. Love you too. Bye-bye. All right, Miss Ann, we're back. So I'm pulling this stuff up. Hopefully we get some information here. I'm watching all these things. It looks like 6 o'clock is coming soon. I'm looking for lives. Oh, here's the live stream. Look for live videos. Those scheduled podcasts. Let's see what we got here.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. 40%
Of course,
of
we gotta
Americans
listen.
don't have.
Let me just take that off. All right, Miss Ann. So how did everything go for you?
I'm good. Everything's good.
Okay.
Man, I got.
I'm trying to see if this is the right live feed, because the thing is when they go live, they usually have it all set up a few minutes before, and you can see, what's going on. Let's see if it's resuming in 1 second. They just got so many commercials on this link that I just got that it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm over here trying to do something.
Yeah.
Oh man, come on, phone. Why are you doing this?
So I'm hopefully this is that's the same one I got. It looks like they're giving me the SWV. Let me see if I can go.
I can't get into my phone.
Well, I can get into stuff. I'm just having a hard time finding what I need. I got that one up. Let me see if I can find anything on
Oh, here it is.
Live videos. Let's see. Oh, this is the shooting, the nightclub shooting. Let's see.
It should come up in a minute. We got 2 more minutes, and it's going to come on the news.
Yeah, but usually they have something. And then what was the other one? What's the other one? The channel 22 is it?
WJCL. WJCL.
CL News. Let's see if we got anything from them.
Go to that one.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything live just yet. So I guess we're all going to be sitting here with bated breath until we get the live.
Now, you see my TV's on in the background.
Yeah.
So when I'll turn the volume up on it.
Yeah, we may have to do that, but hopefully they've got this. Click to unmute. We got.
They got it. They got it. Hold on a minute. All her charges. I got it. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Give me a second. All right, Sarah. Thank you. Okay, honey. Thanks. You too, sweetie.
Guys, we're monitoring everything. If anybody comes to has a link for the press conference, send it over to me immediately by messenger, by email, by any way you can get it to me. Send it to one of my mods if you have connection with them.
Right.
But we're monitoring several different links right now, trying to see which one are going to be provide us the live feed for Chatham County Police Department. Still having a hard time locating that at the moment. But let me go over here and see if I can.
All right. I'm fixing to take this picture of her charges. Give me a second. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
So here's what
check your messenger. I just sent it to you.
Okay, there you are, Miss Horn.
There you go. Now do your thing.
Okay, perfect. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. So what we got for charges right now is for Leilani Simon.
Make it bigger. 2 men.
Yeah, it won't let me get it. Well, let me see if I can download it. Hold on, let me download it real quick. Yeah,
download it. God.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So
right, everybody messaging me.
Yeah, hold on, put this up here. Let me make it bigger. So here, what we got for Leilani? We've got concealing death of another, false statement, concealing facts or fraudulent documents, false report of a crime, and murder. So she's got several charges. It looks like a total of 4 charges. Concealing a death, false statement or writing, concealing facts, fraudulent documents, matters of government, false report of a crime, and murder. So here's one charge right here. Here's another charge right here. Here's another charge right here. And here's another charge right here. So
Which is the best one.
Yeah, she's got one. This probably is a felony. Yeah, so she's got 1, 2, 3 felonies and 1 misdemeanor charge at this time.
Oh, Lord, everybody's got me hopping over here.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get this pulled up over here.
Yeah, let me see what people are popping in here because I hear things dinging. I want to make sure.
Yeah, dinging on my end too.
Yeah.
What was I going to do?
All right, so let me go over here to Chatham County Police Department, see if they are going to be having this. So here's let me go ahead and pop this up. While we wait. It's 6:02. We should be having something going live now. There it is. Hold on, we got it. We got it.
All right, I'm turning me up.
Why is it? There's no mute. There's no.
Many people
20-month-old Simon.
After his disappearance.
Simon is being held at the Chatham County Detention Center and is awaiting a bond hearing. We do not anticipate any other arrests in this case. She has been the sole suspect from the beginning. On Friday, our search teams at the waste management landfill found what they believed were human remains. This afternoon, the FBI lab in Quantico, Virginia confirmed that they are, in fact, human remains.
They found them, guys!
Including a DNA analysis is being conducted, and we have every reason to believe that this will confirm the remains are Quentin's. This is a heartbreaking development for everyone who loved Quentin, for the many people who came to know him after his disappearance, and for our department. When we first received the call that Quentin was missing, we were hopeful that we would find him alive and unharmed. But as we have been telling you for weeks, all of our evidence pointed to his mother being responsible for his death and disappearance, and his remains being found in the landfill. I would like to thank the many people and agencies who worked hard to ensure that Quentin was found, that he would have a proper resting place, and that justice would be served. First and foremost, I want to thank the FBI. We are incredibly grateful for their invaluable assistance. Their expertise, their manpower, resources, and guidance are unmatched and were crucial in our efforts to find Quentin. They were on the scene within 3 hours of Quentin being reported missing and have assisted with every aspect of this investigation. The resources they poured into the landfill search are extraordinary and are the reason that we were able to find Quentin. I can't thank them enough. Chatham County Police Department's Criminal Investigation Division also deserves special recognition. Their devotion to Quentin, to making sure this crime did not go unsolved, is an example of police work at its finest. Our detectives worked tirelessly and were determined to follow every lead and uncover every piece of evidence in this case. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation, Chatham County Sheriff's Office, and Department of Natural Resources all had officers searching the landfill alongside our officers and the FBI. The support of the Chatham County Emergency Management Agency, Chatham Emergency Services, Chatham Occupational Safety and Health, Savannah Police, and Savannah Fire also were invaluable in this massive effort. Finally, I would like to thank the many people who showed their support for our department during this incredibly difficult and important investigation. We appreciate those who kept faith in the system and waited patiently for evidence we needed to make sure Quentin has every opportunity to receive the justice he deserves. At this point, I'd like to turn it over to Will Clark, who has some comments from the FBI.
So we just found out, guys, that he has been found.
My name is Will Clark. I'm the Senior Supervisory Resident Agent of the Savannah and Brunswick offices of the FBI. 1 month ago, we began this landfill search alongside Chatham County Police Department with one purpose in mind, and that was to find Quentin and to bring him home. On Friday, search crews from the FBI and Chatham County found what we preliminarily believe are partial remains from a human child. Those partial remains were immediately sent to our lab in Quantico, Virginia. Additional testing for potential confirmation is now underway. It could be days before we have final results. What happened to this 20-month-old child is unthinkable. No child should be harmed by anyone, let alone the person in their lives that should be their protector. This investigation does not end here. There is more work to do. The FBI, along with our law enforcement partners, will continue to find justice for Quentin. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll appreciate that. We'll try to answer some questions that you may have. Just be mindful that there's many we may not be able to answer, but we'll be willing to take some questions at this time.
You found Leilani was murdered in the landfill? Is that?
We found human remains. Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe that Quentin was put in that dumpster? Do you believe that he was alive then or had died before he was in the dumpster?
We have been listening to Chief Jeff Hadley, who you still see on our screen right now from the Chatham County Police
We don't want to hear you
Department.
talking. We want to hear the
And
questions.
he just confirmed that Leilani Simon has been charged with murder in the death of her son, Quentin Simon. In
We're
fact,
gonna
that
switch over to a
information
different
came
feed.
via Twitter from.
We're gonna go over to a different feed, guys.
Thank you. We'll appreciate that. We'll try to answer some questions that you may have. Just be mindful that there's many we may not be able to answer, but we'll be willing to take some questions at this time.
You found Leilani was murdered in the landfill? Is that?
We found human remains. Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe that Quentin was put in that dumpster? Do you believe that he was alive then or had died before he was in the dumpster and then made it to the landfill?
Could you? I didn't hear the first part. I'm
Do
sorry.
you believe that Quentin Simon was alive when he was in the landfill? Do you believe he died before he was put in that dumpster?
I can't answer that question.
You charged Leilani with murder. Can you speak on whether you think it was accidental or intentional?
I can't speak to that.
Can you talk a little bit about what evidence you all confirmed or learned on Friday that you all go ahead and make that arrest specifically for today versus earlier on?
Well, as we had said from the beginning with the landfill, we had every belief that Quentin was there in the landfill. Having found what we found on Friday and the preliminary findings from the FBI that we got today led us to make an arrest today. We feel that we have a very strong case. We have put thousands of hours into this, and we believed that this was the right move today to be able to do that. She doesn't deserve a Thanksgiving, quite frankly.
Thank God. Thank you, Hadley.
We are not.
And so you just confirmed, kind of clarify that you all were looking to find some sort of remains from the body so it can move forward with the arrest.
That's correct.
Chief, would the charges have been the same in this case had you not made the discovery on Friday? Say if this case had continued, the search found nothing in the landfill, would you still have been able to make a case for Quentin to have justice, or how significant was this?
Well, it was very significant, obviously, for obvious reasons. We do believe we had a strong case otherwise, but that would have been in counsel with the Chatham County District Attorney's Office, but we believe we had a strong case otherwise.
You certainly been very personal about this, and you said in that landfill that day with the picture behind you, you said, we want to make sure we bring Quentin home and we give him a final place of rest. You wanted him to be able to make sure he wasn't in that dump. On Friday, how personal was that find for you?
Well, it was very personal, quite frankly. I mean, there's a lot of aspects to that. I mean, knowing the hard work that went into this investigation, everybody, not just Chatham County Police Department, but everybody that chipped in, the FBI, GBI, DNR, Chatham County Sheriff's Office, the civilians, you name it, from A to Z, we were 100% committed to bringing justice for Quentin and to appreciate the amount of human effort, the amount of human emotion that goes into a case like this, and to appreciate, hopefully, that this comes to a conclusion in terms of a conviction and things of that nature. You know, you have a lot of emotions about that. You also have a lot of emotions as just a general human being, as a person who has children. You see the impact that has on people. So if you step back and take a moment to kind of absorb that, I think that if you didn't have any feelings about that, you might have to ask yourself a few questions.
Like, what is evidence collected outside of the search in the landfill that you guys found on Friday? Was there any evidence you guys found in the searches you guys did of pool, cell phones, or computers, or anything that also led to the arrest?
I can't answer that.
Has Leilani's status as a flagrant changed, or did it change prior to the arrest?
No.
Chief, you say this is preliminary. You would assume there isn't other human remains in that landfill, but until you get it fully 100% confirmed that these are Quentin's remains, what makes you confident to make the arrest today?
I can't get into the high level of detail, but just on some of the preliminary information that we got from the FBI, we have a high level of confidence that those are Quentin's remains. And we felt that we needed to make the arrest today because that was the right thing to do.
There's a lot of pressure in the last.
What kind of remains are we talking when you say human remains? Any more specific details?
No, ma'am. Go ahead.
Chief, this case has been one that has made national news.
Mhm.
There's been a lot of pressure against you personally with your name out of the mouth of protesters, out of the mouths of the people in the community. You've gotten a lot of pressure about making this arrest. Standing here today and knowing that you have this key piece of evidence, as you just said, what kind of message do you send to the community? People, A, that had your back and said, yes, we're going to wait on the police to do this. And then to the people who said this arrest should have happened almost 50 days ago.
Well, I didn't honestly feel a lot of pressure, quite frankly, only because I believe that our investigative process, the expertise that we were seeking that was around us, having a little bit of experience, in this profession, I understood people's perspective. I understood that, some people had their own strong feelings about when an arrest should be made and things that were going on. But we stayed focused on what we know and what we know how to do. And in conjunction with the FBI, we stayed the course. And so to those folks that supported us, to the citizens that believed in us and believed in our department, I thank you. And for those that had questions, that's their right to do so. This is America. You can have all the
Amen. Thank you.
I'm
Maybe he
just so
will get an
proud
apology letter from Bull
of
and
our
Betty.
team and where we're at today.
As far as today's conclusion, do you feel like there's a sense of relief as far as you all, officers, FBI agents, to come to an arrest to go ahead and move forward with this case?
Sure there is. I wouldn't be honest if I didn't say that there was, some weight lifted off of the organization and particularly those detectives and investigators who were completely and 100% committed to seeking justice for Quentin. So there is a little bit of relief, but be mindful, there's still a lot of work to do. And they're dedicated to doing that. And we want to see this to successful prosecution.
I got it smarter. Is the landfill search over?
We haven't made that decision yet. That's a decision point that we'll come to once we're able to get some more analysis done. And we'll confer with the FBI and see what the best course of action is.
And Leilani is also charged with making false statements. What false statements did she make?
I can't get into that.
Is she cooperating with police right now? Is Leilani cooperating with police?
She's at the Chatham County Detention Center right now.
And so I want to go back to the initial question that I asked about whether or not you guys have loans to the landfill, because the detectives said loans, you said you were right.
Well, human remains, some of them are human bones, and some other evidentiary matters.
And as far as the bond, is there do you all have any updates when that would be the bond hearing?
I do not have that confirmed. I do believe it'll take place tomorrow, but I don't have any time or any confirmation on that. We did, take her to the detention center rather late in the day. So I'm sure that information will come out pretty soon.
Leilani made a statement to me that she would turn herself in. Was there any talk of giving her that opportunity?
I agree.
No. Right.
Chief, you said in the beginning that when we're at the landfill, you said that there was a very specific dumpster that this child was put in. Can you just give us the location of that? How far this was from the house where Quentin was last seen?
I can't give you that information.
I have one more question. Can you give
Last
us
question.
an estimate on how long this analysis could take of what you guys found?
It could take up to a week.
A week.
And I have one last comment, and I want to thank you guys.
He's emotional.
because just like sometimes law enforcement gets the short end of the stick, you guys get the short end of the stick too. And you guys have been amazing, our local media throughout this. You've been fair.
No, you haven't.
Direct. You've asked good questions.
No, you haven't.
And you've, given us some deference when we needed some deference. And so I just wanted to say
You
thank
slapped his knob and
for
you
your
were
work
biased in your
that you do
reporting.
every day.
So, no.
Thank you.
No. We're not giving you guys that. No. That ain't happening. All right. So we're done with
Well, you
that.
just heard.
So we learned a lot with this. I'll get to you, Miss Ann, in just a second. We learned a lot. I was, talking about, but you're right. He does. He even said that, himself, that this is America. He understands why we did what we did. But he still fought us tooth and nail instead of just doing the right thing. She should have been in jail a long time ago. And we just found out from him that they had substantial evidence even without his body. They wanted to go with it. They wanted to find him. And I understand that, but that's what I'm talking about. You had a substantial evidence, enough evidence to arrest her, and you let her party. You let her do whatever the hell she wanted to do. And I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. So here's just a recap for all those people that are just now tuning in. On Friday, sometime Friday, so that means it went through the whole weekend, still no charges, but I digress. I mean, she's behind bars. I'm not going to keep beating this dead horse. And, Chief Hadley seems to be emotional about this, which is nice because he seems like a robot to me sometimes. But they have found him. They found Quentin on Friday. The FBI was involved. The FBI has found partial remains and other evidentiary items for evidentiary value that have been taken and collected. The FBI was a big part of that, big part of the processing. It sounds like that Quentin's remains are now being processed for DNA and other things to conclusively identify him as being the remains that they found in the landfill. I had all hopes. Many people did not have the hopes or did not feel strong that they were going to find him in the landfill. I was confident that they were going to find him in the landfill because I had spoke very highly of the logistics that goes behind the systems that are associated with those landfills. Identifying where he could have been put is, key. The diligent work that they did brought him home. He's going to be able to rest in peace, finally rest in peace. But they did find him in the landfill. No charge Hadley. I need to probably lose that now that we have charges, but I'm upset that they don't anticipate charging Billy Joe. And I think that's a miscarriage of justice personally. And he also stated that they had a strong case without Quentin's body, which almost frustrates me a little more. But again, I've always backed the blue, but when I see this kind of stuff, I get frustrated. And, even Police Chief Hadley, he understands why we were out there. He had an opportunity to dog me right there. That was being addressed to me and Dolly and the rest of the group, Mallory, Marissa, Justice for All, Chronicles of Olivia, ICU. Those were a dig directly to us. And he, had an opportunity to slam us and chose to take the higher road. And for that, I am appreciative of it. Hopefully now we can start getting to work. They can start building this case. But again, I still think it's totally a miscarriage of justice for Billy Joe not to be facing justice at this time. Whitley, thank you so much for all your help and everything. I saw you behind in the chat and you weren't there. Miss Ann, if you can just give me just a few moments and I'll get right back with you. I did want to go over some of the super chats. I didn't want people thinking we didn't see them. I had been starring them as they were coming in, but since this was breaking news, I couldn't address them. So I'm going to address a few. We have 12 right now in our starred area. So let me get through these, and Ann, I'll get right back with you. Gangster is saying, I'm wondering if they said they were going to hold off another week just to throw Leilani off. She probably thought she'd have a nice holiday, then boom, no chance to run. It was nice to hear Police Chief Hadley, and I know this was written before we got to the press conference, but it was nice hearing Police Chief Hadley tell us that she did not deserve to have a Thanksgiving meal. And I have to concur with his assessment on that. It was going to break my heart if she sat home for Thanksgiving while people are looking in a landfill for her son. I was very hopeful that they would find her son. I've been an advocate while everybody else said that they would not find him. I sat here and said, I believe they will find him. I believe that they were going to find him in there, because when I went out there and reviewed this case, there was no other way I could see that would have been a good, proper disposal of him. And that's why I believed he was in the landfill. That's what I've been saying this whole time. And that was based on, me being boots on the ground and reviewing this case. I also believed in the logistics. I told you why. Joe Kenda, one of the best homicide detectives in Colorado Springs, retired, made a show. He's the one that taught me about the logistics of these landfills and the programs and the systems that they have to identify. And like I said, they were very successful in locating the body in that particular case. And now they have found the remains in this case. So please don't ever think that it is impossible in a landfill to find someone. Granted, with Joe Kenda, it was a full-grown adult. This was a 20-month-old child, much smaller, much harder to find in an array of trash, and much harder to find, especially in the condition that they found him in. So again, God bless the men and women that were out there working their tail end off. But again, she should have been in jail. That's what we were advocating for. We were advocating for justice. Clearly, even the police chief understands the reasons, whether he wanted to admit it at that time or not. Lewis is saying, thank you for covering this case. Rest in peace, baby Q. Absolutely. It was a hard case to cover. It was the youngest victim I've ever covered. It was very, very emotional for me personally, this journey with this child. And you guys saw a lot of emotion come out of me while we were in Chatham County. Thank you, Charla, for that. Traveling Queen, another beautiful soul, press conference in an hour. Thank you so much for that. That's what helped me find it. So thank you, Traveling Queen, for that information. Guyton Girl, thank you for your super sticker. Natalie, I'm just getting here. She was finally arrested. And yes, that is true. She was finally arrested. And as you know, they did find Quentin. God bless that. We had a huge prayer yesterday. And it's kind of crazy because we prayed that Michael would come home. Michael Monkey Vaughn would come home before Christmas. And the very next day, they started digging up a property in Fruitland, Idaho. We had a huge prayer yesterday for all these children, including Quentin Simon. And today we're finding out that he was found on Friday and the mother has been arrested. So prayer, guys, I don't care what you guys say. You may say I'm crazy, but prayer, the power of prayer, in my opinion, truly, truly does work. Dolly from the UK, thank you for your super sticker. Roasty, she get justice in jail. Now they don't talk to the baby killer, I think is what you're saying. Thank you for that. Melissa 509 says 4 charges: concealing the death of another, false statement or writing concealing facts, false report of a crime, and the murder charge. Thank you again, Melissa, for keeping us up to date. Roasty, again, thank you for the super sticker. Illusions says the chief said no other arrests are anticipated. I agree with the WTF because I believe more people knew about this. I believe Danny should be behind bars. I believe Leilani should be behind bars. I believe literally everybody that watched that woman hit on those kids and did absolutely nothing to protect those kids should absolutely be in jail. Do I think they should be charged with the charges of Leilani? Absolutely not. I do not. But they did. They were culpable, and they should have to pay for that culpability. And that's just my opinion. And it's a sad day that, he is getting justice because the person that took his life is being held accountable. But there are a lot of ancillary people in this case that should also be in jail. And then lastly, Vicky, anyone know if Dolly knows this breaking news? Yes, I have already spoken with Dolly Vision multiple times, multiple times today. As you heard, whenever I muted the phone to speak to somebody, that was the communication between Dolly and myself about this case as I was coming live. And Little Devil has, thank you, Betty, Dolly, Mallory, and Molly. I know you meant Justice and Olivia as well, right? So I get what you're saying, though. Rest in peace, Quentin. We love you and would never give up on finding you. No, we would never have given up on finding you. As a matter of fact, we all knew that I was going to Chatham County with $3,000 cash because I was going back to fight for this little baby. I can finally know that my $3,000 bail money is not going to be utilized in Chatham County. I still am upset that they are not charging anybody else. But again, we are thankful the culprit and the person that was most likely to injure themselves or somebody else is finally behind bars. The streets of Chatham County are a little safer this evening. Now, Miss Ann, that was a mouthful for me. Welcome back.
Thank you. I wanted to tell you on her charges that I sent you. Did you notice her birthday is next Wednesday, the 30th? So guess where her little self is going to be?
23rd birthday, baby. How do you like your accommodations now?
There you go. You know, I'm just excited. This has finally came to an end. I heard a couple little things over the weekend. I kind of had to lay low about it. And I still am. But anyway, I'm very excited about it. I know if anybody's happy, it's Miss Diana, the babysitter. She is. I know she's heartbroken.
I really hope now that Leilani is behind bars, there's other things that, Diana was treated so unfairly in all of this. She was not only abused by Billy Joe, accusing her of doing horrible things that she never did, ripping her screen door off her door. This is a woman that has done nothing but try to help that family. And for that woman to treat her that way is despicable. And I hope, Diana gets justice for that in the near future.
She will.
It's just a sad situation for her. And then the nonsense that went off on that candlelight vigil, it was really sad. She didn't deserve that. Her family has been through enough, and God bless them for everything that they've done, everything they did for this little boy. They put themselves in jeopardy to try to fight for this boy, like many of us did.
The lady that they ran off happens to be my cousin.
Yeah. Well, she's a wonderful lady. I know who she is personally. And it was a shame because I know her personally. She wasn't there for me. And I got blamed for something that one, was not even around for, two, was not even streaming. I was in bed when all this stuff was going on, it's just crazy. And I feel so bad that it's traveling queen that's in here, and God bless her for everything she did. She fought for that baby too.
The one thing that gets me is everybody's complaining about all you YouTubers cashing out on donations, over Quentin. You know what? It's y'all's job to do this stuff.
Yeah.
But the bad ones, like who up there on the other side of the U.S., you know who I'm talking about, way up north.
Yeah.
That one needs to sit back and shut up.
Yeah.
That one needs to sit back, drink her Goldschlager, and shut the hell up.
Yeah. Yeah, she was.
That was
very happy.
Before she finds herself in the courtroom.
Yeah.
Interfering.
Right.
And I don't give a rat's long-legged butt what she's got to say about me. I could care less.
Right.
But what I say, I know is facts. I mean, she's sickening.
Yeah.
And, whatever. She was, on her one of her lives last night, day before, whatever, mocking Molly because Molly was drunk. What do you think you're doing? You're sitting there getting drunk too.
Are you kidding me? Molly is on vacation. If she's not drinking, we need to check her temperature.
Yeah. I mean, Molly, she's a grown damn woman.
Absolutely.
I mean, what's the difference? And I'll say it. Cher, your ass was sitting there drinking goat's loggers. What's the difference? What is the difference?
It's always the pointing of look over there, so you're not looking over here. That is the
it's called jealousy and immaturity.
Motto.
Jealousy and immaturity.
Yeah.
And
you know what? Jealousy is one of the deadly sins.
Yeah. And blaming things on Diana, they need to shut the hell up on that too.
Yeah. Diana did nothing. I've never blamed her for anything. She's always been a kind, beautiful soul.
And she said the same about you.
I prayed with her. Like you don't get Bullhorn Betty in a prayer circle unless I like you.
Yeah.
And I do prayer circles quite often. I loved her passion. I loved the fact that she was willing to do anything for this baby, and she did. She put herself in jeopardy, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually in jeopardy. And she's a beautiful person, and she was the fighter for this child there, nonstop. Not for glitz, not for glamour, not for the 5 minutes of fame with her favorite news host. She was there from the beginning to the end.
That lady will tell you in a heartbeat, she don't want no money, no donations. She works. She makes her own money. She buys her own stuff. She's not on food stamps. She's not on welfare, all this blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That is a good God-spirited woman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really is. And for all these people to sit there and bash her just because they're guilty, their butts are in the wrong.
Yeah.
And you throw in the guilt and the blame on somebody that's perfectly innocent.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Book needs to be thrown at them.
And it's a really sad situation that this 20-month-old lost his life. But I always try to look at the positive that came out of it. Those children, the rest of the children are out of that dysfunctional home. They don't have to wake up to a mother using drug or abusing them ever again, as long as the courts stay strong in their pursuit to find them suitable housing and a better life than the one they came from. The county of Chatham has an opportunity to break this cycle of abuse, and if they so chose. And I hope they do not give these children back to anyone in that family. I have not seen anyone so far in that family or their friends that is worth those children.
I don't think they will. This right here just took the icing off the cake. So pretty much, I doubt very seriously they'll get them now. Yeah. I'm pretty positive because of the outcome. Right. They're going to put them in a good, decent home, hopefully far, far away with no visitation rights. Right. They don't deserve that either.
No, I agree.
Sorry.
I agree.
Billy Joe, everybody has said this over and over and over, and I have not said it out loud yet, but Billy Joe is just as much blame for leaving, going out of state to work and leaving that child or them kids with her.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, and just give it a little bit of time. I mean, look, we've waited how many days? 50 days since this all happened.
Yeah, it's been long.
Yeah, it's been plenty. I'm not exactly sure on how many. October the 5th to now, and it's November the 21st. Mm-hmm. So just give it a little bit more time, like the chief did say. Be patient.
No, listen. Like I said, if he had her off the streets, I would have been there, covered the case, been on my way. No big deal. She's behind bars. I mean, this is what I was seeking. I got no problems. She's off the streets of Chatham County. A baby killer is off the streets of Chatham County. You got no beef from Bullhorn Betty at this moment.
And the one that sent you that super chat a while ago that came over the screen talking about in jail. In other words, people in jail, other inmates, they don't take to liking for a baby killer. That's
yeah,
what she
no, and
meant.
like I said, she's not going to. It's not going to be easy for her because I, like I said, I have ears everywhere, and I know that she is going to be very comfortable at the Chatham County Sheriff's Detention Center.
She probably won't be in population if
She's already in a turtle suit. They've got. I can tell you,
Yeah.
they've got her under suicide watch right
Yeah.
now. She's under suicide watch.
Yeah, I saw that. And so, yeah, she won't go in population inside the jail, being there with others, because they liable to beat the shit out of her butt.
Yeah.
And I promise you, it'll probably happen because there's some mean old girls in there.
There's some mean old girls that don't get to see their kids in there.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah.
you know, I have my children I don't get to see, and I want to see, and you're throwing yours away like garbage. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, trust me, I know some of those girls, you know. I don't know them personally, but I know some of the girls.
I mean, we see it, we read it, we hear it, and we know it all day
Just
long.
keep her safe until she goes to trial, and then you guys can do whatever. You tear her apart from limb to limb. I don't care. Let her go to trial. Make sure she ain't bruised up, so she can't say she's that people beating the light out of her. But they should. I think they need to keep her segregated from the rest of the population until she goes to trial.
And then when she goes, and you got to look at it this way, since this is a big major case, don't get your hopes up for the trial to begin in January, February. It's probably going to take a year or two.
Oh yeah, these types of cases. Now that she's in jail, they take a really long time to prosecute because most likely the prosecution or the defense, most likely the defense wants to delay, and dot their I's and cross their T's.
But then too, we might get surprised and it gets on the agenda, top of the line there.
Yeah, no, I think I think now the prosecution is going to take their time. The defense is going to want to take their time. They're probably going to waive their rights to a speedy trial, so they have all the time in the world to now prosecute this case. And we know that this is only the beginning step. This is going to be a long process to the completion. I'm prepared for that. I knew that going in. Again, I'm a legal professional. I know how long these things can take. But again, the biggest thing was getting her off the street. She's off the streets. I'm very thankful again to all the men and women in blue that worked their little rear ends off for this.
Me too.
I'm glad to hear Hadley acknowledging that this is America and he understands why we were out there and why we were frustrated. And it was just, she needed to be off the streets. We've got that.
We got it. So I'm excited. I can sleep good tonight knowing it.
Yeah.
And knowing she's locked up, and I'm sure so many others, especially the neighbors on that street.
Yeah, they should be happy,
Right.
and all the people that came by there and said there was no proof. Yes, there was. Well, if you didn't hear and didn't want to acknowledge the proof that was against her, that's on them. But there was absolutely, and we even heard it out of Police Chief Hadley's own mouth, that they had a very strong case even without Quentin, which again is why I was so upset that she was not in jail. So he understood my position very, very well and very, very clear. I don't mince my words.
I think now that she's locked up too, let's focus on Bubba. He's been through a lot.
He has been through a lot, and that's why I kept Jenny's post up here, because she's right. Billy Joe was responsible for them. And if anybody knows Bubba personally or has his number, you guys may want to talk to him about. I mean, Billy Joe's loaded. She's got houses. She's got RVs. She was responsible, and his child died in her care.
According to Cher, she's selling everything because she can't pay her bills. But her tail was in Sam's buying groceries, steaks. I wish to God I could eat a steak.
Right.
And that would be nice. Instead
Well,
of
not
hot
only that,
dogs and chicken.
Yeah, but not only that, Miss Ann, she's selling it because she's got a huge drug problem.
Yeah.
Billy Joe, if you stop smoking crack, believe it or not, you have a lot of money. I don't know if anybody knows, but there for 6 months, that was my drug of choice. And guess what? I was always broke too until I kicked the habit. And you know what? Now I've got a paid off house, paid off car, and I'm broke all the time, but it's because I spend every penny on these cases.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, I've worked all my life for what I've got here. This house is paid for. My truck's paid for. I'm broke. I need a new house. Got a roof leak and all kind of mess here going on.
And we still
You
need
know?
to do something to help you raise some money for that roof.
Yeah, well, it basically needs to be tore down and rebuilt. I mean, I've had roofers come in, I've had contractors come in. So, and I got my buddy Howard Spiva, the lawyer in town.
Good. He sounds like a great guy.
He's got that donation trust fund going for me, and right
And
now,
I need to get with him because of that, because I wanted to at least throw that up there. I mean, you were one of the people, you do great community service for your community. You have one of the largest Facebook groups in that area, just to help them with traffic, fires, and things of that nature. And anybody that helps their community and is out there working, I applaud them, and I want to put, anything I can do to help you. I want to be able to help you. So I appreciate your service.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Last night there was Liberty County, couple of counties over from me, had 2 fires going on at the same time. I couldn't go over there. I wanted to, but it was late, so I didn't try to drive over there. It was, late at night. Right. I try not to get on the roads. Like I said, this apartment complex just had this big fire, and I went to it, and 16 families were displaced. But
well, we know you got clothes in every single size, from newborn up to like
that lady
XXL.
You saw my 2 rooms when you came here to the house, and that lady just left here a while ago. Bless her heart, she's worked all day, and then she came here and she said, "I'll unload it," because I told her I was tied up. And she said, "No, you do your thing." And she made, I can't tell you how many trips back and forth through the door. And I showed her where to put everything. So I don't have a clue what it all is. It's clothes and toys and shoes. And so I'm thankful and blessed for that, so I can help these fire victims. Everybody knows the local TV station has done an interview on me. A newspaper did an interview on me not long ago, of what I do as far as, traffic issues, let everybody know where the wrecks are. And yes, my group is the largest group in this county and surrounding. I have over 22,000 members.
Yeah.
So
people don't know that. That's why I made sure that I stated that. I mean, you're a good community member. That's what we advocate for all the time, is people getting off their butts and doing stuff for the community instead of complaining about everything that's wrong. Do something to help change and help people, and you do just that. So again, God bless you, Miss Ann. Thank you for everything. I appreciate it. God bless you. Great day for you. Great day for us here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. And I'm just going to roll out and answer some questions. And I've got another live coming up at 8:30 that I have to keep pushing out because of this story.
Yeah, I know you do. And I appreciate every little bit of things that you do. You're great. You're good. You're the best.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. God bless you.
I appreciate you having me on and speaking kindly about me.
Well, you made me cake. I mean, how?
Honey, I've got.
Look what I was wearing today. This is what I was wearing today, all day. This is my outfit, Mommy. Why wasn't I good enough? Look at this.
Oh.
This is from one of our people on here. I wore this shirt all day, not realizing that Leilani was going to be arrested today, and I'm glad I put this shirt on, because now it has even more meaning for me. Today in this huge milestone, reality that we're in, that this baby killer is finally off the streets. And yes, she did the absolute unthinkable. She is not being charged with child neglect that resulted in death. She's charged with murder.
Yes.
Okay. So these people out there that kept saying she's innocent, she didn't do this, it was an accident. No. The reason why we knew she murdered this child is because we were out there with boots on the ground. We found out very early on she targeted this specific child. We kept telling people that. They kept calling us a liar. It is true.
Yeah, and I bet they're sitting there crying and wiping their nose now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to be busy tomorrow and Wednesday. I've got 11 cakes to bake and 19 cakes to bake Wednesday.
Well, God bless you. I know they're delicious, so they're worth it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I wanted to get some more orders. I mean, you know, like 2 years ago, I did 69 cakes in 4 days.
Well, we have a lot of Savannah people on here. Guys, go. If you Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Miss Ann is
$25 a
full,
cake.
right? She's ready to bake your cake. Save yourself some time in the kitchen. Reach out to Miss Ann Horn and order your holiday cake. You do cakes or pies or just cakes?
I just do almond cream cheese pound cake and lemon cream cheese pound cake.
There you go, guys. So if you want an almond or lemon, and I have to tell you, they are delicious. I know. I ate one myself. Reach out to Miss Ann Horn to get your holiday almond or lemon cream cake.
Yeah, cream cheese, almond cream cheese.
Awesome. Well, Miss Ann, I'm gonna let you go. God bless you. Thank you for.
Yeah, I gotta get caught up over here. You know, my command center has been on on mute.
Yeah.
So, and I've already gotten a couple phone calls questioning me about something else.
Gotcha.
I really need to jump on that.
All right, love. Well, thank you and God bless. You've been amazing. We appreciate all your help out there. You were standing out there with us in solidarity for this 20-month-old child. So again, just thank you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you for everything too. You, Dolly, and the whole rest of the crew. Yeah. Olivia, everybody. Tell all of them I said hello.
I will.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
I love
Thanksgiving
you.
To you too.
Take care.
So I have to be honest with you guys, like, you know, as this story is winding down for this segment, like I'm getting teary-eyed. I have to be honest with you. This has been so hard. This has been a case that has really been a very emotional for me. Many of you guys know I don't have children of my own. I've tried for many years. And so hearing that this baby killer is off, that they found him, that he's going to be able to rest in peace it's a lot of weight off my shoulders, because to be honest with you, the thought of going back to Chatham County to get arrested, which I was prepared to do. Many people know in my inner circle that I was prepared to go out there. I was going to be sitting out in front of the house again, and I was going to be willing to put myself in legal jeopardy to make a point. And I'm glad that that doesn't have to come to that right now. But if it did, I would have done it. And I am just, I don't know the emotions I'm feeling right now. Like I'm so happy, I'm elated, but I'm incredibly sad too. I'm incredibly sad for this little boy, for the people that really cared about this little boy. And it's heartbreaking. And when I went out there, I told everybody, you know, at the end of this, there's no winners here. There's nothing to win. I'm not in it to win it on this case, because there's nothing to win. There's no winners here. We have justice potentially for a 20-month-old child that should never even be in a landfill and should be celebrating his second Thanksgiving and his second Christmas. And he's not going to be able to do that. And that's incredibly sad. But with all the ugly, we always have to look at the positive. The positive is his little baby sister, Sky, never has to know what that abuse is. His older brother, Zane, never has to feel that abuse again. I hope that they go to loving, caring homes. I hope they understand the totality one day of what their grandmother and mother have done. And, you know, I wish them the best. If I didn't say I wasn't angry that they're not charging Billy Joe, I would be lying. But I hope that there is going to be justice for her in another aspect. We'll just see. We'll have to see. Jackie says, I truly hope Billy Joe is next. So do I. But according to the police chief, he's not interested. He's not interested. I don't think this child is going to get full justice, in my opinion, until Billy Joe is held accountable. Why does Billy Joe get to skate? Why does she get to lie to a court and put a child in jeopardy and that child die, and she has no responsibility whatsoever? That's the way it rolls. Well, Betty, that precious baby can't be hurt ever again. He's in heaven with Jesus. Love you for what you do. That is true. That is true. His pain is gone. His pain is gone. His siblings are healthy. They're safe. And they never have to witness anything like that again if they go to a good home. Again, if they go to a good home. This is now in Chatham County's wheelhouse. This is something that they have control over. This is something that their Department of Children and Family Services has control over. And we just pray and pray and pray that those children get all the medical attention, all the psychological attention, everything they need emotionally. I pray that they get moving forward to get through this. The great thing is that they are so young. We know that Sky will never remember this, which is equally sad because she'll never remember the brother that saved her. Zane tried so hard to save him and Quentin so many times, because every time they got out of the house to run over to the neighbors, it was both of the boys running over to Diana's house rather. So, Zane tried to save both of them too. And now Zane never has to run away from home again. I pray to God that boy doesn't remember the stuff he went through, but this is the childhood trauma that I talk about that will undoubtedly affect both of these children in their adulthood. And I pray to God that they have something in place to help them so they don't, fall into the cycle that that we're working our ass off to pull them out of. And, there's a lot more babies out there that need justice. Summer Wells, Cody Bigsby, Michael Vaughn. These are just to name a few. There are so many more. But guys, we are going to be rolling out the Idaho 4. This is a good day for us here on the Bullhorn Betty channel and across YouTube. It is a great day for Chatham County. They have one less violent criminal on their streets tonight. People can rest easier. God bless all of those that stood in solidarity for this 20-month-old child and fought like hell, put their own personal bodies in legal jeopardy fighting for this boy. And God bless all of them. Even the ones that talk crap, they were still out there fighting for this boy. So God bless them as well. I'm glad I'm not going to go to jail in Chatham County. We can stop at Dolly. We can stop at our Turtle King. He took one for the team. God bless him for that. And we all have his back no matter what. I will be in Chatham County during his trial or anything else that he goes up there for, because I want him and his voice to be heard. And I want to make sure that they know he did nothing but protect us in the absence of this improperly funded police department. And again, Police Chief Hadley is gaining, more money and is gaining more staff as a courtesy of the work that we did. Because if we weren't talking about it, we didn't raise hell about it, he wouldn't be able to go to the county commissioner and say, hey, I need more police people on the streets. I need this, I need that, right? He's got 37 or 27 open vacancies. They need to start being competitive with the market to get better quality and better trained officers. Thank you, Bullhorn Betty. You're welcome. You're welcome. We put a spotlight on some of the major problems that they were having there in Chatham County. And yes, Police Chief Hadley is absolutely correct. This is America, and I am allowed to use this mouth. Thank you for vindicating me, Police Chief Hadley. That wasn't expected, I can tell you that. Thank you for being Quentin's voice. Rest in heaven, baby boy. Absolutely. Absolutely. So now the batting average is still high for the Bullhorn Betty channel. The people that we believe to be the culprit versus the victim. We have been accurate in giving that. We didn't have to play games with our audience. We didn't have to be somebody we were not. We didn't have to go and cozy up to the worst of the worst criminals that do the worst of the worst things to children. We stayed true to ourselves. We stayed true to our mission. We stayed true to our audience, and we were successful in this. Again, law enforcement, kudos to you for all the men and women that fought, were out there, put themselves in harm's way to find this baby. I know that job was disgusting. I know that job was just horrific and almost defeating in nature. But you know what? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And that's what law enforcement did out there in the landfill. They went through that one bite at a time until they were successful. I truly believe they were going to find him. People asked me about that. Many people disagreed. A lot of people across YouTube disagreed with my analysis. And once again, accurate here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. So again, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting. Understand there is a mission. There is a purpose behind what we do. Many people don't understand it, but the work we do lasts for a really long time in a community. It's painful at first, but the effects of the work that we do last a really long time. And it truly does come from the heart. And it is not all for nothing. It's not all for a click and a view. There is reasons behind the method to our madness. With that, guys, again, thank you all for your loving, your outpour, your support financially and otherwise. Sometimes just telling me thank you was what helped me get through that day. And many of you guys don't realize that. This was hard. There was many times that we cried. There was many times I cried out there. You know, we didn't do that on screen. You know, there's times Marissa broke down and cried. It was hard. It was very hard. It was very emotional. And I'm just happy to see the fruits of everyone's labor. This was not just Bullhorn Betty. This was not just YouTube. This was not just law enforcement. This was not just the community at large in opposition or for support. This truly was a fight for justice for Quentin Simon. And we are all successful in that. And without each and every one of us, I don't know if this would have been successful. I know Police Chief Hadley acted like he wasn't pressured, but we all know he was. And we all know that he wouldn't, if he didn't feel the pressure, he would have never done the stuff he did with the signs, the parade, working with the county. He felt the pain. We all know he felt it. But thank you for playing, Police Chief Hadley. As you can see, I'm not a bad person, but I do work, and I work very hard for my causes. And, you know, I really do hope that you find a way to put Billy Joe behind bars, because she deserves to be there. With that, guys, God bless each and every one of you. Please don't forget to be fearless. You know, it's not easy to do, but once you get the wind underneath your wings, you find out you can achieve anything that you ever choose to achieve if you put the energy into it. Never quit, never give up on yourself, and keep going. With that, you know, as I always say, if you see something, say something, because an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And we're seeing what a pound of cure is this evening, where a 20-month-old has now been recovered from a landfill, from garbage, and the mother being arrested and now in jail for murder. A great day, a lot to be thankful for. Guys, please, please, please make sure you hug your family tonight. There is no better place for you to be than in the comfort of your family when we hear such horrible but great news. God bless you. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.